Hello and welcome back to TeaPK. I need to actually make sure the music is slightly turned down because I can't hear myself speak. There we go. Alright, hello and welcome back. This is a D&D campaign, Shadows of Thistledale, or TeaPK campaign. The name may change in the future once the group name is sort of decided. Who knows if they'll live long enough for that. Today is the 8th episode. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. My name is Tom Pickering, I'm the GM, and the person who has to put up with this lot. For example, James, who are you? What the fuck are you doing here?
I'm James, also known as Minimoz. I'm playing Malachi, and I am definitely not leading the party towards a dark oblivion.
Okay,
Yeah.
Awesome. Up next will be Mr. Figgle.
Hi guys, I'm Oscar. I'm playing Figglebottom, who is a forest gnome with a sling, trying to make use of a pretty bad weapon in D&D.
Yeah,
we have some custom things to make it better.
Yeah, a few custom things here or there, which we'll see how they go as we go forward. And then next up, Mr. Taylor. Welcome back. Hopefully you're feeling better this week.
Thank you. Taylor playing Fiddlebottom, a druid, and I've just got to figure out where I'm going now, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't here last week, but going to be playing a little bit of catch up here. Next up, Mr. Slim.
Hello, yes, I'm James Slimkins, and I'm playing Theo, the lovable fool sorcerer.
The now poor halfling that can no longer get drunk for the next 6 months of IRL time. And then Mr. Luke, who are you and what are you doing?
Getting drunk. I'm Luke playing Halden. The paladin who tries very hard to get killed and somehow gets away with not dying every week.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, last week saw how powerful this paladin buff ball can be. So we'll see if his facade ends up cracking sooner or later. But let's move on. Also, if you have any recommendations for improving the stream, let us know in the Discord. If you're not in Discord, ! Discord, but I suspect most of you are. Alright, as usual, we'll be taking a 20-minute break halfway through. All the episodes will be just over 4 hours long, unless you're like last week where we had a fight that just kept going. In the future, I'll probably just stop the fight because we ended up going for an extra hour. All these episodes will be available in VOD form on YouTube, hopefully like a day after, maybe a couple of days after. Like episode 7 is on there, so go watch that after you've watched this one, or before, whatever. Maybe on Spotify in the future, but it depends on how much time I have free in the future. First off, before I do a quick recap, we have something we have to do before every single session. Let's see who gets the GM's point of inspiration today. If I could have everyone roll a d20 in the chat, and the highest number gets the inspiration point. Keep in mind, if you have to use it in the episode, you get it in, otherwise it is gone. If multiple people get like nat 20s, then you all get a point of inspiration like we had last week. We had 2 people with points of inspiration. So, from what I can see here, Mr. Fiddle, you have a point of inspiration to your name.
Yeah, I should write it down somewhere so I don't forget.
You can do that. You can also add it onto your sheet.
On your character sheet.
Just above your portrait. But yes, so you have a point of inspiration. I also have a point of inspiration. I, the GM, also get a point of inspiration I can use for either NPCs, PCs, world events, depending on what I feel like, to be fair. Most likely going to be used to try and cause more wild surges, because that's fun, and I'm a horrible person. Anything you guys think I've missed before we dive into the recap?
We have a prediction live at the moment.
Oh.
So if you haven't put points in, please do that. It's looking pretty even at the moment. 20 points saying that I won't roll a nat 20 this session. So the no's are winning at the moment.
I'm a believer. I believe you will.
Streamers can't cast a prediction on their own channel. That's some bullshit right there.
I tipped the scales a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Big points
Right.
there. So yeah.
For the undecided, just saying, you get more points if you win. If everybody votes no and it's a yes, and you voted yes, you get more of a payout.
Yeah.
We
You're
also
saying
1 to 4, it looks like.
we also have a challenge going, which needs to be done today. Otherwise, I think people get the points refunded. I think we are 1.3 thousand away from it. And essentially will allow the community to vote on a potential monster to be included at some point in some way, and I'll essentially talk and get them involved. Hello and welcome if you are here. Make sure to go share this on social media if you can. That would also be really appreciated, but otherwise just join in chat. If you have any lore, request it. I may have to refund the glass one, but I may well do it, but it'll be fairly top level information because it may be a little bit meta for some people here to learn about some glass things in the world, but we'll see. As strange as it may sound. Alright, so the sound of the bagpipes in the background. Let's dive into this. Thought about changing the music, but fuck it. We'll keep it going on this one.
By the way,
Oh,
could we be level 4 already?
No.
Long
Oh.
rest.
Yeah.
We're gonna sleep.
If you wanna chuck in like 100 subs, sure.
I'm alright.
Yeah, didn't think it was that important.
I'm going back to camp. I'm sleeping. See you later.
What? Pay to win D&D? Let's go.
Yeah, fuck it. Alright, so although further on Patreon because Twitch steal like 75% of the cash. Alright, so I can't actually do it with this music with the bagpipes in. I'm gonna have to just like reset the music here. There you go. This one
Got a bit serious, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so in the usually quiet and still village of Willow's Edge, we saw the party arrive at an unguarded gate and the sound of music and cheering in the village. The village was celebrating the disappearance of a local commune that had been causing issues for them. Malachi approached the situation with anger, frustration, and a hint, or perhaps a hint of fear. After a night of partying, or reflection, the group set about selling their bearskin using deception and magic to try and aid them to success. Matilda, the local blacksmith, mystified at the bearskins' sort of weird sort of actions, as it were, sort of acting so wildly, offered as much as she could, even going as far as offering a family heirloom. But the group ended up only taking the gold and left. They made their way to the mystic Mariel Riversong's cottage by the river Dreamflow, meeting and learning more about the town and taking up a job to retrieve 10 moon petal roots from a nearby cavern that has been overrun by some beasts or creatures. They're unsure, or were unsure. After receiving a small boost via the means of the Mystic's Tea, again a +5 to movement for 8 hours, the party made it to the cavern and slipped their way down the entrance, facing immediately off against some horrible-looking beasts with slippery hides and gnashing teeth. Hal took full advantage of his ability to endure, darted into the front line, and took on the brunt of the enemies, allowing the rest of the party to rain down havoc on the creatures. This is where we left off. We had the last creature being taken care of, being killed. The whole party essentially now are in stasis between level 3 and level 4. When they go to and have a long rest, they will level up to level 4. And that will just be how it's going after level 3. Every single level up will require a long rest to be able to go through. If I change that in the future, who knows? Just something I'm trying. You guys have just finished killing off the last creature, one of the smaller variants of these strange beasts. A minute or so after the last creature is killed, the room is filled with weird and, maybe wonderful is a good description of patches of silvery light that sort of dot the different areas. And I will switch us back to this cat. Oh, I did not preload it. Screw it. Let's see if it breaks.
I'm in.
Yeah.
As am I.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, is everyone
Yep.
in sicko mode? Alright, so I don't have it shown on here, but there are multiple silvery lights or patches being reflected around the room at different intervals, different places that are just very much they're there, and there's like silvery beams going up to them. What are you guys doing?
Did the last one end? Literally, you killed him and then you just ended.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
stopped.
Should we loot them? Have a look around, or what?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go up to the big one and inspect the body. And I'm gonna light one of my torches.
You should probably have a look for them petals. Fiddle, you're probably the best.
Did I potentially nuke these people in the middle? You said I nuked someone.
Yeah, it was slightly these.
Yeah, it's the ones just to my
Yeah.
south.
Yeah,
those
it
that
was
you
like
set a fire
around
off.
here.
Yeah, there were sort of multiple ones. Here, I'll show you the. As you weren't here, I'll just quickly show you the effect of the spell because I think it was actually pretty cool.
Oh, is it with a custom one? With an animation?
That's an animation.
There you go. Right there.
Oh,
So you had like a ball of fire that was going around. So let me see if I can work out how to delete that. There you go. Cool. So, how you were going over to the big one?
Yes. Is there a way to like show light around me? With
Yes,
this?
it is now around you. So if you right click on your token on the top left, there should be a little flame symbol, I
Yes,
think,
which-
and you should be able to click on that. But obviously keep in mind to be able to remove it. It doesn't automatically remove the torches. I think I've turned that off. So make sure to remove that yourselves. What I do need to do is change this because each torch lasts for an hour. We will switch to damp cave.
It's quiet.
There we go.
Too
I
quiet.
turned it up on my side. Hopefully, chat will be able to hear that. But so order of things. Hal is going to step towards the big creature down here. What's everyone else doing?
can I go up to these ones? How do I? There.
Yep, that is fine.
How deep is this water?
How deep is my love? It goes down to I think it was 40 feet deep.
So like it's pretty
Points.
pretty impassable terrain, one would say.
You can swim.
You can just walk around.
You potentially go around the other way as well. There is a body floating in the water over there.
Yeah, I just don't want to get my feet wet.
They are wet.
in the
You're
water.
literally stepping in about like two feet. Oh, about a foot of water rather, not 2 feet.
Doesn't want to get his hair wet.
The gnomes would be drowning at that point.
You just walk around the other side of the rock.
But yeah, I'll just move myself because I can't move myself.
Well, just tell me where you're going. Yeah.
Over yonder, and just keep a little watch out.
Okay, so you're going to keep a watch out. Good to know. Theo, what are you going to be doing here?
I think I'd start looking for the flowers.
Cool. Right, we'll come back to you in a moment. And Figgle, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to hug alongside this wall as far as I can, and then at some point I'm going to see if there's anything interesting under the water where this waterfall is that's got caught, because this is, well, I don't know where that waterfall goes, but I'm sure there's some things that have potentially flown down into this cavern and got stuck down there, so I'm gonna have a look.
Okay, I'll tell you what, that one's actually pretty fun. Let's start with that one first. So the whole of the edge of the side is sort of slippery. It's got some stalagmites and a couple of stalactites coming down from the ceiling as well. Yes, I remembered. And you can definitely start making your way across there, but I am going to need an acrobatics check to see how you do going along here, see if you fall into the water or not.
Okay,
And or onto a spike.
there we go. Not bad.
Oh,
Not a natural 20, but it is a 19 total. More than enough here. But I mean, I say more than enough. You can get to the point where you're able to sort of shimmer around to this point, sort of essentially rock climbing onto the like different cracks within the walls. At some point, slipping because of the sort of algae and sort of build up of like lime on the wall and whatever else, and just the water and dampness. But you can make it around to this point here, and there is a like slight outcropping in which I can say you can jump around onto. You're literally up against the back. If you were any taller, you wouldn't be able to stand where you are. And you are wanting to observe this waterfall, and it is crashing down. Like it is fairly noisy at this point where you're at, and you are getting sort of splattered with bits and pieces of the water, some droplets, and sort of fine mist as well. So due to the foam and stuff, it's going to be difficult to try and see down into it. But what are you wanting to do here?
I'll try and look, and then I'll put my bag against the alcove, and I'll try and swim and see if there's anything down there. But first, I'm going to perceive with my eyes.
Okay, roll a perception check for me. DC is going to be pretty high on this one.
How's that?
That's pretty fucking good, man. Let me see. You can definitely it's hard to perceive things through this water, but every so often you see a glint of something down there. Could be coins, could be strange looking pebbles, but it looks like there could be something shiny down there. What exactly is too hard to tell at this point. There's just too much moving water, but there looks like there's something worthwhile down there.
Where is it? Sorry. Can you ping
I'm
it?
at this waterfall over here.
So he's around the corner from you. He is over here.
Okay, I will do as I said.
Okay.
He was going to put his bag on that ledge and have a little dive.
All right. Awesome. Make an athletics check for me. Swimming against the current and pushing down. Oh, that is rough. So you dive in headfirst straight into it to just try and take the more direct route. Actually, can you roll a 1d100 for me, please? Was that 28?
28, yeah.
I swear, as you feel something there sort of scrape against the bottom as you sort of pull backwards. It seems like there might be something stuck in the ground there, but before you have a chance to sort of take a proper look or anything, it felt like it might have been metallic glass. Hard to tell, and then you're shot backwards and pulled a good 10 feet in this direction and smack up against this wall. Not taking any damage, but you are pushed out of the way.
Okay. I'll try again, but I think maybe someone else can do their stuff while I'm doing
Yeah.
that.
I think I can help you out. I'm cooking something. Tom, are these beasts that we killed?
Yes, they are.
What rating are they?
You don't know. Why is it you want to know?
I have wild shape at the moment. Don't I?
Yes, but you can't turn into these things. That's not how that works.
Why?
Sorry, it is, but you can't turn into these things. You can roll a
Turn
nature
into
check.
something else.
You can roll a nature check and see if you can tell what these are, but
Is it because I don't know what they are? I can't turn to.
potentially roll a nature check.
Okay.
That's 20.
Yeah.
That's 20.
There you go. Shouldn't I get advantage or something?
No, if anything, it would be disadvantage. You don't
Well,
know
that's
what these
+4.
are. Yeah, you have not seen of these. You've heard of different creatures and around. This one looks fairly strange. It's not a beast. Sorry, when you asked that, I was in a different context. You can recognize that they don't look fully like nature, like from nature itself. Like there's impurities around what they are, what they could be.
Like a demon or an anomaly or something like that.
I would say you're not sure. Like it could just be like an area of nature you're not fully like inclined to like also like know about. It's hard to try and document and sort of have knowledge about every single beast, or sort of every creature rather. But this doesn't seem to be a beast. It doesn't have any of the sort of like it has some of the sort of same hallmarks of a beast, but it also has others which don't quite match up. Yeah.
Have I ever seen a bullywug?
No.
Okay. Can I turn into a frog?
Yeah, for sure.
Got that mention.
Yeah. I mean, I was
Are you
trying
trying to swim?
the slightly better ones first, but you know what? I'll just be a frog. Assume available usage, consume resource.
So you just want to turn into a frog.
Yeah. Do I have to actually do anything here, or just pretend I'm a frog now?
You just pretend you're a frog.
Well, do
A little bit of roleplay.
is
Rabbit.
you keep your
hate frogs,
mental
but,
ability scores, if I remember correctly.
I don't think you can speak, right?
Nope. And you wild shape into a frog.
I can't see.
Let me.
Hello? Where am I?
Is this the one you're on? No, that's not it. You're this one.
Can frogs not see light or something? I'm in the dark majorly.
No, they cannot. They do not have dark vision. Oh no, sorry, they do. They do have dark vision, but it's dark vision. It's not like night vision where you can see like everything. Although maybe that's not working.
Wouldn't I have just had dark vision a second ago? So wouldn't it have been the exact same visibility?
There you go. No, because you don't keep the same like
Yeah, you take it
perception
from
and
the
stuff.
animal.
Yeah.
You take
So,
what? Sorry.
You take the animal's vision.
There we go. Updated.
Yeah, okay, that's better.
Yeah, it was
Right.
it wasn't not working. There you go.
Right, I want to swim over to this guy. I imagine he's not suddenly turned into a frog as well.
I doubt anyone's really paying attention at this point. You've walked over to these creatures, had a look at them, heard your
And then
brother
they just see a
splash
frog
in,
come out.
and then you turn around, turn into a frog, and then you start darting over towards this position. Can you make a athletics check for me, please? So if you go onto your frog sheet.
Certainly
Frog sheet,
frog.
hang on.
Oh
Froggy.
god.
Oh,
I was
well,
about to say,
acrobat.
is a frog athletic?
Athletics. Oh my god. Bruh.
Frogletics.
I'll give you advantage on this. So roll another one.
Okay. So I got a 9 slash 4.
Minus
and
5! Oh, poor froggy.
How does a frog have -5 to swimming?
That is
'Cause it's
for
strength.
real.
There's strength. It's the tiny.
Oh!
It's a frog, that's all it does.
Minus
-1.
1!
Right. Tell me how a frog can't swim, please.
It's not that you fail.
It's the rushing of water, right?
Yeah. It's
moving water.
and it's not that you fail. It's just the fact that it's going to take you a long time. Like up to like this point here is perfectly fine, but then after that you're sort of going up against a bit of a stronger current, and you have to dive down a bit lower. And like you're fucking tiny, and so you're having to sort of try and push up against it and swim on under. And you will eventually get there, but it's going to take a moment or two. So Figgle's catching his breath, probably about
You
to
just see
stand
the
up.
frog slowly, very slowly walking past.
You have inspiration.
It's too.
Just saying.
It's
Yeah,
too
let
late
me
for that.
inspire another
God.
-5, man.
It's also too late for that. So we'll move on to someone else. We will start with Theo. So you were looking around for the plants.
Yep.
Okay.
Would you like a nature or survival?
So well, it's fairly obvious. It's not that hard to see this, but roll. What would this be? Roll a perception check for me. I just want to see.
Okay.
See something. And also, Malachi, if you roll a perception
I
check
see
for me as well.
nothing.
I see dead people.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Perception.
Yep. As you sort of keep an eye out on things.
Oh.
Oh, I perceive it. I perceive a lot.
He has perceived it.
Yeah, so you're keeping,
He was
keeping
keeping
an
an eye
eye
on
on
himself.
things, and one of the things you notice that Theo seems oblivious to, as Theo, you're just wandering around, moving your lights around. Like you're looking underneath a rock here, and Malachi, you're looking around, and one of the things you pick up as you're sort of perceiving the room for any potential threats or any oddities, and one of the things you notice with that silvery light that's come around in this room is that it's coming from different patches of these flowers, essentially these plants that have essentially almost like a lily sort of popping up, like a big sort of flower which has silvery petals that seem to reflect any kind of light that sort of touches its surface and reflects it off as almost like a silvery beam. And you see them sort of dotted in around everywhere, sort of, well, not everywhere, but loads of different places, just not under the rock that Theo is obviously looking under at the moment.
Theo,
Yeah, what? I'm looking for dinner.
you're looking for dinner.
No, sorry, I was looking for the flowers. Have you seen any?
You mean the flowers that are glowing and shining.
Oh yeah, well they never described them to us, so but yeah, I suppose it must be those ones, those shiny flowers.
I mean, it could be the shiny flowers. It might not be the shiny flowers.
That probably seems right to me.
Give it a little poke. See if it bites.
All right. He
Alright.
pokes it. He walks over. He gets real close and just like slowly.
It almost sort of shudders, and sort of you realize it's the movement from you poking it, and you can see where this is kind of opened up, and there's another one nearby, like let's say over here, which is where sort of Malachi sort of directed you, and there's another one that's sort of slowly opening up. For whatever reason, it seems that these were kind of closed off whilst combat was happening, by whatever means or why they were doing it. And yeah, you can now you've seen this one. It's fairly obvious. Like they are just sort of dotted in around this room. There's ones that seem to not be flowering yet, potentially still in their sort of early growth stages, whatever it may be. And you poke it, the light sort of like shudders around a little bit, and sort of like kind of pink hueish light also reflects off from your dancing light spell.
I'll pick it.
Okay. It's actually relatively easy. But do you remember what you need from it?
The petals. I remember that much.
Okay.
I think.
So you just go around and start taking petals. Do you remember?
I think
like,
I
how
just
many?
pulled the whole head off the top of the first one.
Okay.
Just pulled the whole-
How many do you collect?
How many of the flower? Just this first one, and then I think Theo would walk about like proudly showing it to everyone. Like, look, I got it! I got it!
Yeah, you're walking around, and as you sort of walk out of the water area, and you've got this sort of like fairly easy sort of like just flower head essentially, and as you move around, the sort of lights are sort of like bouncing off the leaves and hitting in towards like people's eyes and back of their heads, like Hal, for example, and how you bend down and you can pick up your javelins from this creature, which I know you did last session, but it's a fairly large one, and the blood that is oozing out from it is a purplish color. What are you doing?
So just hopefully you can remember. So in the fight, did it spit at me, or am I misremembering?
It did not spit at you.
It didn't, because I know it knocked me over with its, was it its
With its
tail
tail.
that it used? Yeah. So looking at the creature, does it have like any, how to describe it? Any like features that stand out?
Its
terms of,
claws. It's roll a nature check for me.
Nature check. Right.
Or what do you mean stand? Well, what do you mean stand out?
Like, that's a good question. I don't know how to describe it. Like how, horns on a goat stands out. That's the best way to
Okay,
describe
yeah,
it.
sure.
Like a prominent feature.
Yeah, prominent features. So let me bring this up, and if I share this, there we go. Its claws, absolutely fucking obvious. Its large tail, its gnashing teeth, potentially its tongue, although you weren't specifically hit by it. And one of the things you specifically would recall from last session, so a moment or two ago before this fight finished, is that when you hit its skin, there was such a slipperiness to it that your weapon slid out of your hands. Like you struggled to hold on to it, and it went flying. So perhaps there's something there as well.
Yeah.
And you can see like there is just like a almost like a you could even also touch it, but there's almost like a slimy texture to the like slimeness and like outer like layer to this hide.
Slimy hide. Right. So, thing one. How long are the claws?
One of them on each one, sort of the prominent sort of like, I can't remember what they're called.
Index claw.
Index, like, yeah, I guess index one. Like up to about 6 inches. No, that was on the others. These are about 9 inches.
Maybe don't look down, Hal.
You know, well, I know how long
Like,
that is. So I
like
was like,
this is 6
let's
inches,
compare.
right? So 9 inches must be like that.
Yeah. Can I try and take both of them off? I'll use my. I don't think I have a knife, so I'll
So
use the sharp edge of the javelin.
So-
try and saw them off.
with this, I have put together some harvesting sort of rules that are similar to what I work with in my other campaign, but a little bit more simplified on it. But essentially, the way it works is you can try to eye up and look at what you want to try and take. So, for example, the eyeballs, the claws, any internal organs that you might know of or want to get, potential different fluids, the hide, for example, and then each one has a different DC on it. So, for example, I'll just say for this creature, its eyes would be DC 8, the claws are DC 5, and essentially you select, like, I want to go for X, Y, and Z, or like however many, and then you have to do 2 different checks, a survival and medicine check for this one, for example, and then the overall DC has to meet. Like, you essentially then take away the DC from the total amount. So if you were like, I want to get 4 claws, that'd be DC 20. And then if you roll a medicine and a survival check, and you get 19, you'd be able to get 3 claws out of that, and you miss out on the 4th. And then everything else you wouldn't be able to carry on harvesting. That would be it for that creature. And for all creatures, for the current part, you have 30 minutes to harvest stuff after they go bad.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So I have. I don't want to use my. Do I want to use my water skin to collect the liquid? That's risky.
And for this one, I will say, it's funny you ask about glands, because this is an example and our first time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you the DCs here for each one, and maybe I'll change it up on how I do it in the future. Ooh, that is.
I do want. I feel like
around.
collecting liquid. Pretty much unfailable. I've got a bottle. I've got a bottle. You know, I want to. So I'm gonna. I'll find a way
Sorry.
to play that. Yeah, I'm going to drink my water skin.
Okay.
So that I'm hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use my water skin to collect the liquid.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have something to
And then
put collect it in.
Yeah. And then I want to use my javelins to like saw off the. Well, actually, does anyone have a knife I can borrow?
They're all
No,
busy
well,
doing
obviously I'll
stuff.
ask it. Oh,
You can go and ask though.
Can I
Out
quickly
round.
run out to
Anyone got a
Malachi?
knife?
Yeah, you can go do that.
Yeah.
I have a hammer and a python if you want to use it as a chisel.
Chisel. I have a bigger hammer. So if I could take the python,
Absolutely.
we'll go with that.
Be my guest.
Thank you very much. And then
Didn't
I'll,
you sell a dagger last session, Malachi?
yeah, probably. I mean, probably have like a kitchen next to me. Anyway, so I'll use the water skin to collect the liquid,
Okay.
the secretion.
Yeah, so
Oh,
because this is like a hodgepodge tracking the things together, essentially you're gonna have it the DC and or disadvantage on this. I would just say disadvantage because you don't have the correct tools for it. Someone like Mr. Ranger Boy Figgle would have an idea as to how and where to get those, most likely, and those tools will then help you sort of make these checks and stuff without disadvantage, and it'll just be something you have to purchase in the future. But for now, this will be made. One of them will be made with disadvantage, which would be medicine.
Wait,
No,
so
survival. Sorry.
just to check, so does this thing have glands that I'm trying to milk,
I would say
or-
like
or am I just getting it off the body?
you're gonna have to essentially cut around and try and search for stuff. You don't have like preordained knowledge about this. Usually, it would require you guys to do like a check beforehand. But I'm just giving you the information for this first time.
No, I get it.
So you essentially pick which one of these things you want, and you essentially pick like, all right, I want to try and go for the claws first, and then I want to go for like the sweat gland, and then I want to go for the sweaty hide. And so that would be 5 plus 10, 15 plus 15. So you need a total of 30 DC to collect them all. If you got a DC, or if you rolled a total of 15, you'd get the claw, a single claw, and a single sweat gland, and you'd fail to get the sweaty hide and just ruin everything. So if you want to go for
Right,
it,
so
essentially roll a survival check with this disadvantage and a normal medicine check.
So here's my order. I want a claw
Claw.
first.
Yep.
And then I want secretion.
So the sweat gland.
Yeah. And then if I can do that, I'll take another claw.
Okay.
What are we talking about with that?
So that would be 20 total DC.
Wow,
Sounded like you're
literally
ordering a Mackey's drive-through then.
Wait, so to clarify, what's the DC on one claw?
5. I
So
posted
if
it
I
in chat.
rolled, oh, did you? Sorry. So if so I'm covering chat with my character. So if I rolled a 5, like if I rolled, let's say 7, I would still get the claw, right?
Yes. So you
Okay, so
you
it counts
succeed
up, yeah.
you succeed on up until the point it doesn't. So if you roll
So
a
if I roll
15,
I get the fluid
you
and the
get
claw.
you get the first claw and the gland. Yeah.
Right, so these are all the things it has, yeah.
Yes. Giving you the information up front.
Yeah. Oh, wait, let me check my. Because corrosive gland sounds fun.
That
We'll go
does sound,
we'll-
and the
we'll go
bioluminescent fluid.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Sounds-
claw, corrosive gland.
Claw, corrosive gland.
You mean you don't want to get a full armor set of sweaty leather?
sweaty leather?
Isn't
That's
that
definitely
max?
gonna improve on my armor. Yeah. My
So
heavy armor.
you've said
Yeah,
claw,
we'll just leave it there because I can't get another claw. I don't
Yeah.
have a hand of roll. So we'll
claw,
do claw
and
corrosive.
corrosive gland. Okay. Well, so just to be clear,
If you got +3 and got like 23.
no.
it would
So
work.
to verify on this, and these are fairly easy DCs. I'm not gonna lie.
I have a +1 survival and a disadvantage.
So essentially what happens is you take the total of your survival roll and you add it onto the medicine roll as well. So you'll do a survival and a
I
medicine
see.
roll,
So,
and
so
then
I
it's
don't have to
combined.
I don't have to win both rolls. Okay.
It's a combination of both of them. In future, the DCs will likely be higher, but for this, it is what it is because this is what I set.
Okay, well, third, we're going to do biofluid.
Biofluid. Okay.
That's 3. So it's 5, 17, 27 for the 3 of them.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with survival, you said, yeah? A
Survival with
disadvantage?
disadvantage. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Come on.
unfortunate. Oh no. I can't help but smile. Why am I smiling? And then a medicine check at normal.
This one I'm actually right at, so naturally I'm going to roll very badly.
22 total. No,
You just miss out on
25
the claw,
total.
don't you?
Oh, I missed out by 2. At all
So
3.
does he choose what he misses out on?
Well,
Yeah, well, I said
you
the
said
order,
you
yeah.
said claw, corrosive gland,
Claw, then fluid,
and then the
then-
fluid.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get the fluid.
Yeah, you don't get the
Yeah,
fluid.
luminescence.
It's a good thing you succeeded as well, because that corrosive gland could have potentially gone haywire.
To my face. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, I used lay on hands to heal myself as well. Just
Cool.
pointing that out there.
Thank you.
Put that out there.
Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, chuck it in chat when you do. Actually, yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Cool. So you go around the process of just like one of the reasons of posting it in chat is because Mia is keeping track of like healing and stuff. But yes, so you go about it in a very like dodgy way, but thanks to your experience of helping at home, you're not sort of like gagging or being revolted by these like body parts, bits and pieces, and you can see that they have utility. For whatever reason, you go after the claws first. You go after one prominent sort of like, I'm just gonna call it apex or index claw, sort of like at the center, which would just fucking rip out your jugular, as it were. Teeth weren't on there, but they would have been. I should have added them in. They would be 5 DC as well. But you're able to essentially dig away and then crack at the bone. It takes quite a while to do so, but eventually you're able to collect claw times 1, but specifically a river fiend claw, although you don't technically know that, but just so we can keep track of it, you find you manage to gather 1 River Fiend Claw. Ooh, no, sorry, more specifically than that. An Alpha River Fiend Claw. And you also then delve into its mouth, forcing it open, sort of using one of your javelins to push down in, sort of holding the teethy more apart, and then using the hammer and the pitons to sort of like smash away and break away its sort of jaw, cutting it across, sort of splitting the head open, and sort of being able to reach down into where you can see, like in the back of the head, back of the neck, these fairly prominent glands that are sort of swelling up and down on the inside of the throat. And although they're not leaking fluid inwards, you can see that they're sort of like pulsating. And you... Oh, these are corrosive ones. So yeah, you can see that as you get closer, because for some reason I thought it was the sweat glands you're going after. The sort of acidic nature of this corrosive fluid sort of drips down, sort of burning your hand slightly from the roof of this mouth. For whatever reason, they didn't seem to have attacked you with this. Maybe you got lucky or whatever else. But you're able to sort of like snap away, cut it open, and because of, what was it, total roll 25?
25.
Yeah, so you miss out on the gland. No. Yeah, you miss out on the...
Bioluminescent fluid.
Yeah, by like 2 or whatever. 3. So you actually did really well on that roll, to be fair, on the medicine one, and even on the survival one, with all things considered. So even though we were like doing pretty well, the first one you mess up on, you split it open, but luckily there's a second one you're able to get, and you're not getting damaged by that first one. You're able to sort of dodge away, and although like a few flicks of like acid sort of go into your hand, you're able to move it away, and it's a horrible sulfuric sort of smell that pours out of this creature's mouth, almost making you gag. But considering the fact that this giant sort of like mess of flesh in front of you that you've just torn open isn't making you gag, that doesn't really bother you. The smell of eggs in the morning, and you're able to cut out the secondary gland and sort of tie it off with a piece of thread from your clothing, as it were, the duct that leaves out of this fairly precarious looking sack of fluid that sort of has like an air bubble in it that you sort of move it around. It's like fits in the hand, like in the palm of your hand. Say in the palm, like it's like hand shaped, like what, a good 7 inches across one side, and then like 4 inches across the other. Thickness wise, it's not crazy. Seems like it has a decent amount of fluid in it. Where are you going to put it?
So I have a little arms box.
Okay.
This is currently armless. So I'm going to put it, it's just a little wooden box. I'll put it in that. And then I have, to like, well, I guess no, it'd probably have a latch on it. So
Yeah,
so I'll just put it in the box.
I would say it just fits in there. And so like you're not going to be able to put anything else in there, but you'll be able to keep that in there. Being very careful not to like pinch the sides of the skin, as to not essentially potentially melt this box, although it is wood. But yeah, that's what you get from it. I will type this in there as well.
Really test your game here. The claw, is it like almost like a knife-like, or is it just pointy? If that makes sense. Like, does it have a sharp edge or just a sharp point?
It has, so it's curved, like it's long and curved.
Like banana shaped.
And the very tip is like hooked, almost as well. So like I think and sort of like almost barbed. That's the word I was looking for. So as it slashes you, it almost tear through you, and like and like gets hold and is able to use that force to cause even more damage and shred the flesh of its opponents and whatever it may be. If you think that if it's hunting for fish and such, it's likely fairly useful for extra grip. The inside of it it's sharp, but not knife sharp. It's more like the force that would be used by the creature, but it could definitely be used for a few things you'd imagine.
Well, I'm going to preemptively take my fishing line. Now I'm going to attach the claw to it.
Okay.
So I have a 10-foot fishing line, so I'm going to
make a
Yeah, I'm going to fill this on there. After all this. What'd you like?
Roll a d20 plus your intelligence modifier. So 0.
Just a D20.
That's a d20.
Oh.
You're definitely struggling on this front. Might be worth having a chat with others in the group to help you with this.
Right, I'll give up on that then.
It's not that you haven't obviously like gone fishing in the past and sort of made bone hooks or whatever else.
Well, I already had a bone hook on it. Although I did buy it. So.
From someone else.
Yeah,
but it's more that this is an odd one, and it's also huge and fairly heavy. Like it's just very odd.
Yeah.
And being able to tie it on, like you could probably look how to do it, but you tie it on one side and it almost like goes to slip out the other side. So trying to get the right sort of knots and stuff on it is just going to be the main problem. But yeah, cool. You're busy with that. We'll hop on back over to Froggy Boy and Figgle. Figgle, you see a frog eventually, well, not eventually, but you see a frog pop up in front of you as you sort of standing there, sort of assessing the situation as to what you want to do. There's a fucking frog in the water.
Thankfully, I'm not the type of range that kills everything in sight, so I'm not going to just
Roll initiative.
hit this frog for no reason. I'm just going to attempt to swim down there again. I don't know what this frog is, so I'm just going to ignore it.
Do you push it out
Can I
of the
hop
way?
on his back?
I
me just hop on
can
his
swim
shoulder.
under the frog. I don't need to force it out of the way, I think. Right?
Just imagine you just bitch slapping across the water and you just get sent like a skimming stone. Okay. So
How far away are we from like 15 feet? Is Figgle away from like the ledge or whatever?
the ledge was over here.
Okay. And is that the only part that you can kind of get up or?
Yes.
Okay.
My bag
I
is
mean,
there.
so can I jump on Figgle's back?
Figgle, so are you gonna try and dive
I'm
straight
going
in?
under the
or-
water, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it's essentially goes down like when you dive down there. First of all, it goes down into almost like a cauldron of where the water's hit down.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the ledge and dive in then.
Okay. So you start swimming over there, and a frog attempts to jump on your back.
Wait, where's he swimming?
He's
I'm
swimming over
going
here.
to the ledge.
Oh, okay. Alright,
Yeah, I
Hey.
pay no attention to the frog.
alright, I'm on the frog, right?
You're on
you're-
the
I
frog.
mean, I am the frog. I am the frog.
You are the frog.
Wait, hang on. How have you just got up to?
I will
Oh, okay.
Just-
No,
yeah,
I
so
get
he-
it. the
he's
ledge is
gonna-
there and the thing's down like
essentially down
there
here
or whatever.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Wait, shut up, mate.
you attempt to jump on his
Fucking
back.
whinger.
He's not making it easy. Can you make a? I'll let an acrobatics roll for this, which isn't that much. Oh, actually, it is far better.
To be honest, I was just going to use him as a stepping stone, like jump on him, jump on the ledge.
Yeah, okay. We'll say that you're trying to step up onto the ledge that he is as well. But do an acrobatics check because he's not like letting you do it. He's just trying to
He's just unbothered. But
Oh, so
fucking
close.
I am very
easy
acrobatic.
straight up there. And Figgle, there's just
straight past.
a frog that is just standing next to you on this small ledge at the moment.
I know your thoughts would be to just kick it off the edge.
No, it wouldn't.
Do you lick
Tiggle
it?
thinks this is. He does think it's weird. He's like, that's strange. Anyway, and then dives in again.
Okay, let's get this again. It's going to be another athletics check here to try and dive down.
Try again. It's much better.
Oh, okay. And what are you doing in this moment, Mr. Fiddle?
So this is a ledge, right? What's above the ledge? Is this like
It's
Like
the
ceiling,
it
or is this
curves
like-
up in towards the ceiling.
so there's not really like any standable ground up there?
No.
I mean, you might as well commit to the bit and just jump in after him then.
Okay. Can you roll a athletics check for me, please?
Kid
Fast flowing
athletics,
waterfall
man.
meets 200-gram frog.
Hey.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Wow, he's so strong.
You
Good.
you dive in after Figgle, who dives in head first, like pencil diving down into it, or not pencil diving, but diving down into the trying to get to the close to the bottom of this basin, as it were, this cauldron, and the frog dives in after. Figgle, no notice of this, as the frog dives down behind you, and you manage to get under the initial flow of the water, so you break past that initial part, and then your water, and that's for both of you. You've both made it down into this part. Figgle, actually, both of you make a perception check for me.
Oh sh. Okay, hang on.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Same
I
numbers.
think
but
I
in reverse.
did. Oh, I think I did fiddle-bottom athletics, not frog athletics, by the way. Looking at it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That would
You
explain
take
it. Should I
4.
run it again, or?
Just take 4.
No, so it would be
Well, it's
So it
minus
would
1, so
be,
it'd be -3. No, -4.
another -4, so it'd be 13. Yeah, okay. So that perception matter doesn't matter because you go whoosh. You didn't beat the DC on this front as you get sent flying. So unfortunately, your perception doesn't actually matter. As you just get sent flying back, smacking up against this wall.
Wait, but now I see some stuff down. Did we come from below?
No, you came from the north where you started.
All right. Can I instead just say fuck that chest and just this looks shallow? Right?
Oh,
Yes, it
there's a
does, but
chest?
we'll come back to it. There's not a chest, but
I know,
he's
I'm
talking about
joking.
treasure. All right, so Mr. Figgle, you dive down past, and you're able to again now actually get more of a point of view on what's down here, and there seems to be this almost sort of silver bottle at the bottom, but it appears to have wings on it.
Can I grab the wings and then I'm gonna let my feet rise, so I'm like holding it like that, almost straight down, and then my legs will catch the waterfall and pull me up, hopefully.
Yeah, you can. It seems like it's like the wings are caught on like essentially like two parts of like a rock. Like it's kind of like sort of jammed into this position. But with just your stand, you're able to sort of like hold on to it, and you can still feel it starting to get like it's essentially loose. You just need to put some force on it in a certain direction because it's just being hit from the same position for however long. But yeah, you can lift your legs up, and as you do so, hold on to one of the wings of it. It rips out as you get pulled and sent sort of flying backwards through the water. And in your hands, what you see is, where the fuck did I put this stuff?
Interesting.
This and this and this. And what you see in your hand as you come to the surface, catching your breath, soaked through, what you see is this.
Damn.
What the
That looks
fuck?
crazy.
That looks like something.
Okay.
Drugs.
So it is like a flask, like silver.
Looks like a
it's
potion
it's
of
a
kind.
metal. Like it's kind of like a hip flask. It's metal.
Yeah, it's
Drink
got
that to become vampire.
it's so what's weird about it is the body of it is very solid, and then those sort of wing parts of it are very flexible, and when you touch onto like those like essentially the feathers of it, they're just made of very thin metal like parts, like almost as if it's like some weird copycat of like feathers and stuff, but very badly done. But the whole thing looks very sick. It's just the odd component, and the ridge bits, like the metal ridge bits on that, like they move. They're flexible. You can move them around.
Very cool. I will safely put that in my bag. Swim over to my bag, and I'll meet up back over here with Theo or somebody.
Cool. Add to your inventory strange flask from the Waterfiend cave.
Is that an actual item, or should I just type it in?
You don't know what it is, so I can't send it to you.
Yeah, okay.
because otherwise it will give it away.
Ooh, my
It
character
seems
did
pretty
this.
obvious, but that's why I think it's not what it is.
What did you say? Figure, was it still broken?
No, it fixed
Okay, cool.
randomly.
Okay, good. Because I know you had that issue last week as well. All right, so you're swimming to where?
Back
Me?
to land, not where Fiddle is, but where Theo and Malachi
Cool.
are and stuff.
Figgle, you start making your way down south. We'll continue in with you for now. Your movement is fairly slow, but you come to the shallow end and you're able to relax a bit. Definitely being bashed around the water for quite a bit here in this fairly small shape that, like, keep in mind, I don't think
Are
you've actually
tiny.
I don't think you
I've
can't
not
world
world
shape at
shaped
level
yet.
1, can you? It's level 3.
No, I've not done it yet.
Yeah, so this is like the first time that you've sort of experienced it.
Yeah, I was thinking as soon as I turn into a frog, I should have just chose a fish.
So maybe that's what's going through Fiddle's head as well at
Yeah,
the
he's like,
moment.
why am I a frog right now? I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and it's definitely, it would definitely be like a very strange sensation here. Like you just transform down into this tiny creature, quite literally a tiny creature with a 1 strength score, so -5 overall. You're even weaker than you normally are, and even less constitution as well. But
Got a lot of wisdom though.
yeah, for some reason frogs have fairly high wisdom, which is pretty sick. Because, you know, frogs are smart.
No, frogs are
If
wise.
the wearer's smart.
Same thing.
Oh, that's different.
But yeah, you can start making your way down here if you so wish.
I do. Wait. So what is world
You
just
can,
an action?
yeah, you can just drop out of it if you wish.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can drop out of it, and then because we're not in combat, I can go back into it, couldn't I? If I wanted to.
Yeah, you just have a certain amount of uses to it. You have
Yeah.
2
okay.
uses.
Alright, I'm going to drop
or
out of it
3?
then. How do I do that?
I'll do it for you. There you go.
Thank you. There we go. I'm back. I'm just completely stark naked.
Yeah, you've got one more use of your wild shape.
Yeah. Okay. So can I go?
You're not
Over here.
naked. Like all your items and
Yeah.
stuff.
Magically appear back.
They essentially mold into your being. Essentially, you don't have access to them whilst you're a creature. But yeah, you can start to make your way down. Just because we've stayed on you guys for a bit, let me move on over to Malachi and Theo. You've been rejoined up by Hal. What are all 3 of you doing here? As Theo is shining around and showing up. Actually, no, Hal, you're definitely still busy with the cutting up whilst this is going on. Theo is busy showing around this moon petal flower. What are you guys doing, Malachi and Theo?
What's this?
Was what?
What are you
This.
pointing at?
I don't know if
can't
anybody
see
else can see it, but I can see it.
I can't see your.
I can't see you.
Hold your
Where?
left click down.
I am doing. I'm pinging it.
Oh,
It's probably in darkness and
down there.
Oh, I don't think you can see that far, mate.
where?
I can.
Oh, you're on about here?
Really?
I can see that as well. Yeah.
No, that's
mean,
because I'm looking at it.
Let me just fix that.
I mean,
There's a-
character-wise, there's no.
I mean, realistically,
Yeah,
none of you
I-
know what I'm
I
looking
don't know
at.
why we
Right
can see it.
Yeah.
We can see.
There you go.
I mean, I can see 60 feet in from the dark, so
then you're about
There's-
fucking
I
300 feet from
I
it,
can
mate.
see there's rocks. No,
Yeah, there's rocks there. You can't see past, like down there.
It was glitched lighting.
Oh,
oh,
shit.
right, fair enough.
I think this
that-
is 60 feet
that's
from
fine.
you as well. Like there.
Anyway,
No,
there are
that's 60
different light
feet in
points.
normal
There
vision.
there is like light coming down, like coming from
We've
this
got light
point.
here. So I
Um,
get.
Ah,
Yeah, it's about
that's kind of
But
what.
that's fine. If I can't see it now, I can't see it now, so I don't need to worry about what's down there.
Don't worry, I'll be shouting in about 2 seconds.
There's a
Yeah.
thing down here.
To be fair, I think I would just probably move to round the other side of the rock pillar, which is right in front of me, just so I get a better line of sight around things.
You just walk away from Theo, who's holding out the pencil blind, just like trying to show it off, and you just fucking straight up walk away the different
What's
direction.
ignoring
Yeah, like I never really paid attention to him pick it anyway. I sort of
Yeah,
just pointed. I just pointed at the flowers. I was like, yeah, do the
Okay.
flowers. I'm going behind this rock.
What are you doing behind
Yeah,
that
we-
rock?
I'm still just keeping an eye out while
Okay.
everybody's still fannying around.
Theo.
If you'll excuse my language.
Just go over to Hal and start holding the flower out to him, saying, "What's it we're meant to do with these again?"
He's at this point like in a very delicate situation with one of the corrosive glands, and as you walk over and like hold it over here, one of the lights sort of like goes up into his eyes, and he punches the first corrosive gland, and that's why you only managed to get one. It's because the other one went everywhere, and Hal lets out like a whatever it may be, because this is technically in the past. Eventually gets succeeds on his checks, and Hal, as you finish putting away your findings and busy trying to sort out this potential fishing hook and fail at it, Theo's there holding out a silvery flower that seems to reflect light.
You remember what we're meant to do with these again?
They were for the. I can't remember her name. The lady who sent us here in the first place. They were using them for some kind of festival.
Yeah, what did we need though? Was it just the petals?
I think so, but I think we needed a lot of them.
How many petals per flower?
I'd say we carry the full flower if we can, just in case.
Alright. Theo will just go around and start pulling the heads off the flowers that you can see then.
Okay.
Was
how,
it
how many are you
just the
taking?
heads?
Well, no, how many petals per flower?
Can range.
Can I run over to him and say no, the whole thing? Try
What
and
do you mean?
take the whole flower.
Do we not need the roots from the
Yeah.
flower?
I think it was more than just the petals, at least. I'm gonna have to take the roots as well. Everything you can get.
I don't remember, that's why I was asking.
I don't.
I also don't remember.
The worst part is Fiddle would remember, but I don't.
You're not
Can we
in
roll a
this
stupidity
conversation.
check?
Oh, no,
Can I
I'm
roll
just
a
thinking in
history
general.
Yeah, you can roll a history check. That's fine.
Oh
No,
dear.
I
Oh,
did
11.
write it down.
Roots.
Need the roots.
Roots.
Okay. Roots.
I was honestly fucking waiting
Oh
for you
my
guys to go back
God.
with like a bunch of flower heads, and Marielle being like, so about this, you've just pointlessly fucking ruined a bunch of these flowers. We need their roots. That's where the good stuff is. And you happen to come back here.
Alright, well, with that knowledge, Theo will go and start, like, scooping out the roots.
Farming.
It's almost as if the lobby had moon petal roots for us to look at, and I mentioned it, and I was like, "Thank you, Tom, for reminding us."
I also specifically mentioned 10 moon petal roots in the recap as well.
I just heard the word petal.
No,
That's,
I was too
that is
busy
fair.
not paying attention.
ban this session.
That is fair. Taylor's fine for this front because he wasn't here for it. And yeah,
Stuff counter up by 1.
I honestly, like, as much as it was going to be like, it was just going to be a perfect comical moment for you guys to go back there. Like, I'm really glad you guys caught onto that front. All right, so it's not a difficult task to be able to go and collect them all. You can see why they don't necessarily need or didn't need in the past or like guards or anything on this front. They were able to just come through and collect these. It wasn't like a crazily skillful thing, and so you can collect them. Are you going to take exactly 10, which is how many you knew you were needed, or are you going to take more?
No, I would take 10.
Okay, so
Take more.
sure, you can add 10 moon petal roots to your inventory there, Theo.
Okay.
A quest item.
Nice.
Was I there when the actual quest was given?
Yes.
Like, I'm not over there talking right now, but so I know I'm looking out for the petals as well, or the root.
Yeah. And that they are just dotted around you, as well. So if anyone wants to take any, you can. Anyone here, you can take, a couple.
Should we put them in our inventory, or
Yeah, you can if you want. If you want to take some, you can just put in moon petal
what's
roots.
it called? Moon petal.
Moon petal roots.
She's going to send someone here next year, and there's none left.
Who knows?
I can't control shift it or control space and it didn't come up there.
No, you have to
Oh,
just
well,
add it
yeah,
in manually
fine.
as like a new
Oh,
item.
Okay. Yeah.
So just we're in like the loot tab. If you just put in the click add, yeah, and then just change the name. But yeah, so you've added them in. Figgle eventually comes over as things are collected. Fiddle, you carry on going down south. At
Just
this
gonna be
point,
picking up a couple, like
cool. How many are you gonna add?
5.
5?
routes.
Sure. That's fine. And then
Is it possible, actually, instead of the roots, can I take the whole flower?
Yeah, you can just put the moon petal
Moon
plants.
petal flower, yeah.
Yeah, put specifically moon petal plants because then, or plant rather, and then just put 5 next to it in the amount.
I'll take the whole things as well.
Sure.
I don't think Theo would have just taken the roots. So.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Phil, you make your way down here. You're busy actually, sort of getting some pieces actually. So we'll dive back onto the group.
Can I do a check real quick?
For what?
So, like, these are stairs, right?
Yep.
This
Well,
looks
they
kind
seem
of
to be
druidy.
steps. It seems what?
I could be wrong, but this looks kind of druidy, no?
No, it's just like a moss-covered room. It seems like these are like natural steps, or like sort of like ramped down. They just may look like they're more naturally, sort of like human-made ones, but they're more sort of natural ones.
Okay, never mind. All right.
Yeah, you'll eventually make your way down there. But Figgle, you come up and you come across Theo just pulling up different plants, picking them up. Hal playing around with a giant claw in his hands, and you've got this bottle that I think you put in your bag. Or
Yeah, it's in my bag.
okay. And what are you doing as you come over to the group? And Hal's the main one, sort of in your eyesight.
I look around. And I go, "Where's Fiddle?"
I don't hear him say that, do
No.
I? It depends how loud I
No,
get.
no, the sound of the waterfall and stuff.
Not seen him, to be honest. I've just been picking these
Actually,
flowers.
yeah.
Wouldn't someone have seen me go up there?
Yeah, actually, you would have the last Malachi would have seen of him is him heading north up towards the entrance, which was over here.
Maybe he went up the rope to get some fresh air.
He would have told us.
While. I definitely
What
haven't
you
seen
would-
him push into the cave. I definitely would have seen that.
Can I move southeast, Tom?
Ping it.
I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go.
You move the dead thing.
The dead body just runs down.
I'm just gonna keep like staying within like eyesight of everyone else, but keep walking down like southeast.
Okay.
I think Theo would have probably moved the lights as well to sort of just form like a perimeter around him. Yeah, spot on. That'll be fine.
Are we going to head back right away, or finish clearing out this cave of these beasts?
Well, it seems like we've killed them all, haven't we? You'd have thought that more
Potentially.
of them would have come screaming by now.
There might be a few in the back or something else. Couldn't harm to fully clear this place out and make sure we haven't left any stones unturned. Right. In that regards, I will go and clear this little area up here where it looks like it was like a nesting area.
Cool. So, as you move down there, how and you're moving in this direction, you can see that there are piles of fish bones and potential other oddities within there. It's just a giant pile of things alongside fish bones. It stinks. of like rotting and decay on that front. Fiddle. It just seems like a fairly nice area down here, to be honest, mate. It's fairly chill.
It's nice and green.
Yeah.
Vibes are up.
I do like it.
The vibes are pretty good.
So when I was walking, I mean, I don't want to just walk it. So when I was walking past here, is there anything to the? Because it's all black for me right now, but I'd have definitely seen it.
You would have seen it, and seen it's just a wall.
I'd obviously go this way then to the right.
Cool. You carry on moving around here, and also just like in this patch, you can see that there is like a light coming down into this cavern from the ceiling, which is where that sort of natural light is coming from. And then over towards this position, you can hear the flow of water coming into this area from this wall here. It seems like there's like an underwater river that connects from the waterfall over to this. And then this seems to be flowing through a underwater passage of some form. It's just, you can fairly easy to tell with your passive perception. Fairly perceptive, as it were. Any more details than that would require more specific parts.
Okay. First, can I just shout across the water and see if anyone here?
Sure. What do you shout?
Hello? Anyone? Guys? Figgle?
How you're
People?
busy looking at the potential piles of bone, holding up your flickering torch, which probably has like 20 minutes on it at this point. And you hear the shouting of the fairly high-pitched gnomish voice.
Does he sound like panicked at all?
No, seems like he is just... Oh, I guess Fiddle, do you come across as panicked, or...
No, just excited.
Okay.
Based on that, I want to look at the. Can I give a little once over of the dirty room?
Yeah.
Just see if is there any interesting items that I can see, or is it all?
Looks like there could be.
Can I do a little roll?
If you want to, yeah.
Oh, the only one who hears fiddle.
Hal would be, yeah. Did you respond to him, Hal?
No, he just walked off.
Yeah, he just fucking walked to look
No.
for treasure.
Okay. So I'm just to speed up a couple of things here. There are, like, from where you've looked out, you've been able to see pretty much the whole entire side of this cavern. At the moment, one of the things that I would say you could do is, so for Malachi, for example, you come up here, and again, you're met with sort of like a nesting area. It stinks up here. It's horrible. It's rancid. There are piles of what seems to be mucky mess that could be shit or could just be mud mixed in with decay. There's piles of bones. There's potentially like shiny things or bits of leather or stuff sticking out, but you'd have to dig through and look through them. And there's
So nothing new then. Like
other
nothing
parts as well, but like there
beyond
could,
what we used to.
yeah, but there could be potential worth. So what I'll
Let's
say is,
investigate.
it is up to you guys if you want to try and to investigate and search for stuff worthwhile from this cave. Technically, Figgle has had his role on this, but we can do a group check overall for the people who are searching, and they'll accumulate into what you potentially find. What were you saying, Hal?
Yeah, I just wanted to like search this area that I'm being.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it'll be
I'll-
like a
I'm gonna do the
overall
same. I'll do the
thing.
same.
Oh,
Okay,
you on the
so
other side of it. Here, I've gone, so you're mine.
no, so he's in like a different section. There's like multiple different areas like this. But yes, so is anyone else going to search for anything aside from Hal and Malachi?
Nope.
Nah, I feel like I've already done my bit.
Okay. Figgle's already done his part. Let me.
I will search for something, but not in the way that they are. And a bit later, I'll tell you why.
Okay, that is fine. So, can I have an investigation check from both of you, please?
No.
You found a toenail clipping on the floor.
Oh,
In the shit.
effing sharp.
So a total of 17 as a group check. So this is a...
Down.
Huh?
He's let me down.
I have let you
Yeah,
down.
you've been trolled.
I have a +3 to that son of a.
Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Figure I did a perception on yours. just investigation. Okay, so -2. Okay, yeah. So this is going to be a what I consider a partial success. There's a barometer or like a level of successes on this front. So what you both find. Yeah, I need to change that for the future. How you find a handful of coins. They don't seem to be copper. They don't seem to be silver. They don't seem to be gold or platinum. You can add. Let me see.
So much random stuff in my inventory.
Electrum has been added to the world.
You can add 13 to your Electrum count. It's not actually Electrum, but that's what we're going to use for this. Essentially, ancient coinage on this front.
I found some Roman coins. Nice.
They're soul coins. Very good for spending in the furnace.
Doesn't fucking exist. You take 1 psychic damage. No. Hal, not Hal. Malachi, you find a bunch of smooth river stones in here, just a pile of them, seemingly next to the nest, just smooth to the point of like perfection, and a few of them look fairly shiny. Can you roll a 1d20 for me, please?
Absolutely. If the game lets me. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll take 11.
You find 11 polished river stones, which, just for all things purpose, essentially 1 plus 1 ammo for Figgle. Pretty fucking good, with all things considered. But you also find, and if you could roll a 1d6 for me.
Lady Luck, don't let me down. Come on.
Reeks of a 1.
Why is that not working? Go.
What are you doing?
Are you doing /R?
3. Okay, so that is...
3's the best one, right?
What are the stones that seems to not be so smooth and a bit jagged in places? And you can kind of tell that these are potentially things that, like, stones that these creatures have been sucking on. And that, like, potentially why they're so smooth. And this one is a little bit more jagged, less perfect, but as you sort of, like, hold it up, it seems like there might be some kind of coloration to it, but in this, like, your dark vision, you can't see any color. So there might be something to that. And essentially, when you get back into light, it is a emerald worth 25 gold pieces. So you can add that to your inventory. And then you both find multiple just horrible, broken, not horrible, but just like broken clay bottles, potentially haven't contained potions or drinks or whatever else was in there. And you also both find a handful of different change for that specifically. You both find, say, 18 copper each and 11 silver pieces each. And this is taking like an hour or so, so how you'd have to replace your torch. So use another one.
Okay. My nature's aegis is delete or disable? Delete, right?
Either or.
Okay, let's run up.
And also, could you both roll a 1d20? And whoever rolls the highest will get to roll for this.
Ooh, that's
Me
one
now?
less.
Yep.
That's one less.
Ooh.
What?
How did I roll higher on a d12?
Why did you roll a 1d12, Howden?
I misclicked.
Okay, that is unfortunate. I thought he rolled a 9 after your 10 originally, because they're both the same colors. Okay, Malachi, if you could roll a 1d100 for me, please.
1 whole D100.
A
Or 140.
40. Okay, that would be. So you know that dagger you got away, you sold.
Yeah.
You find a fairly nice looking dagger just sort of laying in front of you, like in under a pile of bones, and in the hands of a actual skeleton humanoid hand is this silver, well, not silver, but silvered. It looks silver because it's steel, sort of a dagger that has a very sharp edge to it, and it has like its hilt is wrapped in a sort of supple black leather, and there's a few different engravings along the blade, sort of that look like intertwining vines and shadowy tendrils.
Can I get a better look at those engravings, but without like taking it from the skeleton's hands? Just like crouching down.
You can roll a perception check,
Hell yeah.
but just keep in mind you have dark vision is dark vision, but it's still not the best. So I would suggest using a torch if you have one.
Why use fire when I can use the power of my eyes? An unnatural 20.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like some fancy looking engraving.
Like, is it a language or is it like
No,
runic?
it just looks like design work on a blade.
Right, I'm just gonna cut off the skeleton's hands.
Yeah, you can just crunch it down.
Yeah,
and take,
then pick up the dagger.
yeah, you can pick up the dagger and put it in your inventory as unidentified dagger from Waterfiend Cave.
Got a lot of identifying to do after this.
Oh, did it copy, edit, paste. How do I make this a dagger?
Yeah, every time I add something to my inventory, it turns into a potion. I haven't figured out how to change it. It doesn't let me. It doesn't let me.
Are you putting it in
make
consumables?
No, I
Yeah.
put it in weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
I
you,
just
can
add
put it
item,
as
no.
weapons, equipment.
Oh, I see.
yeah, you have to
Yeah.
add it to the certain section, then it will make
Oh
it
no,
into...
I see now. I got it.
I might like the. I presume the claw is. They are
Not a
actually
potion.
That's loot.
consumables. Loot.
Yeah,
Can I just drag things, or do I have to remake?
you have to remake it because it's a different type of item.
Them?
Yeah, bit annoying, but it is what it is. But yeah, unfortunately, like aside from that, you're not able to find too much else. Like that's still pretty good with all things considered. I thought you might end up doing a little bit worse. Oh shit, sorry. You also find find other stuff. You find a rusted dagger if you so wish to take it. You find a broken sort of fishing net, just torn, very weathered. Like it doesn't look like it's salvageable. And you also find a waterlogged fisherman's journey. It quite literally has fishermen on the front of it.
I was like a book.
I'll say Hal finds this because you got the dagger there.
A little book.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I will take the rusty dagger.
Okay, add a rusty dagger to your inventory. Hopefully you've got your shot, your tetanus shot.
Just mending. Mend the dagger. Mend. Yeah.
We'll see if
right.
that works.
Happy days.
Okay.
Can I work out? Sorry, I was going to ask. Can I? Do I know which way Fiddle called from?
Yeah, you would have heard him from this position, but you're busy searching for about an hour through all this stuff.
Oh Christ!
So
Fucked off.
Fiddle, no one responds, but you can hear the
For an
clashing
hour.
of like bones, cracking of bones, as seemingly something's over there. Could be another one of those beasts.
Okay. So I've got two plays I'm cooking up here.
Okay.
So this is open, right?
Yep.
So I could climb up there
Certainly
with
try.
a spider climb. And you said this was connected to the waterfall.
Seemingly there, like if you take a closer look to it, like your assumption on it was that it like we'll say you get like wade into like this first part of water, you can see that this is essentially like
Goes under that
connects
rock.
down, and then there's an exit that seems to be over here, and then there's a entrance to it. Like this is both underwater, like from this part that seems to be running down towards the exit, but underwater you can see like bits and pieces like debris going through. I'll say you see a water
Yep.
fiend, one of those creatures, sort of fly, go past.
What's the water fiend? I think we can.
Yeah. So you just see this like body of this creature just fly on past, like underwater.
Oh, so it's just it went from that rock to the other rock and then it's
Yeah.
gone.
Underwater, yeah. So you just like as you're sort of staring in, you sort of see
So I
it
could
fly
do three
past.
things. I could go left or right underwater.
You can certainly try, yeah.
Alright, fuck it. Go big or go home then. Can I turn into a fish instead?
Sure.
I'm gonna
Eaten
jump into
by
a fish,
monster.
and instead of going left, I'm gonna just let the current take with me to the right.
Turn into a fish in a river fiend infested cave
Yeah.
waters.
Okay, wait. Let me specify then.
No,
It's a bold
you said it
strategy,
now.
Cotton.
You
Let's
said
hope
it
it
now.
plays
hang on,
out.
hang on. I want to be a tadpole because they can't see me.
Oh.
A tadpole isn't a beast.
Shit.
I'd say you can't turn
Is it
into
not?
a tadpole.
Okay, I'll just do a fish then.
Okay.
I mean, if they eat me, I'll just become a human underwater trapped. So.
Yeah, that sounds good.
If you turn into a human, that's a pretty impressive feat, to be
Yeah,
fair.
that'd be weird.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah.
So you turn into what kind of fish?
I'm gonna say a big fat tuna.
Okay. So you turn into a tuna. I don't have a token I can
Tuna
turn you
avatar.
into. Or I don't actually even have a fish. Like, let me search for tuna. No, fish. Cavefisher, no, that's something very fucking different. Giant crayfish, no. Sorrowfish, no, that's definitely something else.
You got a shark or anything? We can just pretend I'm a shark. I'm a tuna.
That's not.
Shark
We'll
dolphin?
use the power of our minds,
Okay.
where you sort of die,
I'm a
like
dolphin then.
walk into the water here. Describe the transformation to me as you turn into a tuna.
Aren't tunas
I
saltwater
presume.
fish?
We'll get to
Dies
that.
immediately.
We'll get to that. It's fine. So I'm taking a running jump from here,
Okay.
dolphin dive, and then I'm a tuna halfway in the air.
Okay, just to see how this goes. Roll an
Do I need an
acrobatic check
acrobatics?
for
Yeah,
me.
fuck it. Fucking do it.
The question is,
well,
do you turn into a dragon if you jump over a waterfall?
What's that from?
What?
It's Japanese mythology.
Oh,
It's another reference from.
Oh, we all know our Japanese
Dope
mythology.
or whatever.
so yeah, you're fine on this run. You run, you jump, you start to slip, but as you slip, you transform into a tuna. You're just flipping through and then splash into the water. You dive down, and then the current starts pulling you down. You're able to fight up against it here. Tunas are fairly strong going fish on this front, and we'll say in this case they have a swimming speed of 60. And you're just going
Does
with
the water
the
have a
current?
speed of its own?
Huh?
So if my speed's like 60, does the water have a speed of its own, the current?
Yes.
Like 40 or something, so I could go 20 against the grain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, essentially, like you'll go fairly fast out. But you're currently like, do you just want to shoot go for the current under the water?
I'm not propelling myself. I'm just
Okay.
letting it take me.
Then yeah, you shoot down under into this underground water system. No idea where you're heading, what you're doing. The perfect time for me to play if any of you've seen, obviously, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but like the original one, going through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Come with
Oh, yeah.
me, and you'll see.
I'm just seeing flashing lights going around.
Yeah, just vroom, 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 vroom.
And
And
Hal's up there, and all he's heard was a big fucking splash and flop.
yeah, you like how you hear a shout. You're like, nah, I'll get back to him in the moment. You're transfixed on wanting to search his pile. You ignore him, and then a few moments, you hear this woo, splash sounds, and then silence. And for you, Fiddle, you go flying out through the tunnels, and we'll come back to you. But for now, you are gone.
Clarify, it was a happy woo, wasn't it, that I heard?
You don't know.
It's kind of just hard to tell.
Woo.
It was a woo. He was being a woo girl.
Because I almost fell, so I was like, whoa.
Okay, so searching's being done currently by Malachi and Hal. Theo is finishing collecting up the plants. Figgle, your brother was last seen at the entrance. What are you doing?
Nobody said anything, so I'm gonna go investigate the entrance and climb up the rope probably.
Cool. You make your way back up the entrance, and Otto greets you there. Like yaps a little bit at you. He seemingly has broken away from his tie, and so is Perry and Terry as well. And they're just sort of like wandering around, eating a few different things around. At this point, you guys have been down there for quite a while now, and Otto is just sort of waiting up there, but like behind a tree, like sort of looking out like at you guys. Yeah.
I will shout, Fiddle! Are you out here?
It's just the sound of the running river right next to you, and the splashing of some of the rapids a bit further away across. Like, this is a really big section of the river that sort of is very wide, and there's one section which is a bunch of rapids that meet up into this part. What's your passive perception?
It is passive perception 13.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything. You don't hear anything respond.
I shout into the entrance of the cave, Theo, the pigs are loose! And Otto!
Seek.
For you, Fiddle. Oh, are you there, Taylor? Have you gone off a bit? No,
Yep.
You got that?
I was just trying to find something.
Fiddle, you're shot out, and it seems like forever. It's weird being in this different body. This is the second time you've ever done this, and this time in a very daring venture into the unknown. And it is just pitch dark down here. You have very limited vision, but you have some tremor sense on this front, and you're just shooting out through this tunnel at quite sort of big speed as well, and then out into what seems to be a bigger body of water that is flowing even faster down a different direction. You sort of meet head on into that, and you're flowing down a different direction here. What are you doing?
Oh, do you mean a different direction of than where I was going before?
There's some light hitting from the surface above you, and then you're you've come out into like another stream of water that seems to be flowing. Say you come in from the east, this is flowing north.
Okay. But is it like a cavern or just open?
You
air?
can see bits and pieces of light reflecting down into the water from above.
Okay. And can I pop my head up and have a look?
Yeah, you can dive up, and as you dive up, you can see the sky and everything else. And Fiddle, as you're sort of busy shouting for Otto's loose and turn around, you see this fairly large fish dive out of the water for a second, quite high up in the air, and then dive back down. And then yeah, Fiddle, what are you doing? You seem to be out of the cave system at this point.
And can I see where the current's going?
Yeah, it seems to be going in the direction out. Like, it's going along a specific path. It seems like you're.
I mean,
now
is
in
it
a
going
river.
into another cave or going?
No, you can
it's like
tell
a
that
river.
you're outside in a river.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose I just jump up on the shore if there's any shore there and turn back into a gnome.
Not a
Thing.
human. I can now. You've been gnomed. All right. You flip out into the side, and Fiddle, you see this giant, again, the same fish flip out, but this time land not too far away from you onto the sort of the embankment. And Fiddle, do you just turn back into yourself?
Yeah.
You come back to, and you're covered in mud from the area you're in. It is just like fairly thick, deep, like a muddy embankment, not sand or pebbles, just mud. And you're covered like in mud, and above you, Figgle is standing there. What's your reaction here, Figgle?
My reaction is, how long have you been able to do that?
I don't know. To be fair, I just realised I can do it about an hour ago.
An hour ago?
Yeah, did you not see the frog?
That was you!
Of course, mate.
What do you mean, of course?
Why else would a frog want to look at you?
Frogs are pretty stupid.
Yeah, true. I
They
did feel
often look at
stupid.
me.
Yeah. What did you get down there anyway? I saw you jump down there before the water flew me off.
I found this. I'll show him the flask.
Okay.
Can I do like an Arcana check or something?
Yeah, sure. Do an Arcana check.
It's very strange. I've not seen anything like it.
Yeah, me neither, mate. To be honest.
Seems interesting. Seems like it could potentially be magical, but like you're definitely not an expert in magical items.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't drink that yet. We'd get
I'm
someone
not
to
going
look at it.
to. You don't need to tell me that.
Yeah, I was a bit worried though. Okay, just
go
don't
to the-
don't drink.
Go to the cave entrance. Fiddle's up here. He was a fish.
Like bellow it out. Theo is barely able to hear it alongside the comment about the pigs earlier on. How, after you've done searching, are you going to go back towards everyone else, or what are you doing here?
Did I hear them shout that?
Yes, we'll go with yes.
Okay.
To speed
'Cause
things
I was
up,
gonna-
yes, you
yeah, I
heard
was going to
that.
be really annoying and go south. Can I quickly check this little tunnel to the south?
Yeah, I think that would make sense. You heard splashing from over here and know that you ignored Fiddle. And you can tell down
Sounded
here
like
that...
happy splashing.
Huh?
So it sounded like happy splashing, so I was fine with it.
Splish, splish, splish. You splash into the water. Well, do you go into the water?
No, I was going to go to the edge, and so is it just all water from here?
Yeah, it's just sort of water.
So no, yeah, I'll turn back.
Okay. What about you, Malachi?
I can't turn into a frog. So.
I think I'll just be going and just making sure that we've cleared everything in the cave. So I'll be wandering around pretty much, hugging
Yeah,
the wall and just do the whole perimeter check.
Yeah, okay. Roll a perception check for me.
Absolutely.
And an investigation check.
Perception first.
Yep.
Blammo.
Oof.
Investigation. Don't do me dirty. There we go.
I would say you're able to find an engraved silver bracelet that is stuck in the side of the wall here. As you're sort of looking around, seems to be another pile of bones and stuff, but it seems like it's been moved around. It doesn't look like it's too much there.
Is it like, can I just like slide it out? Or is it like kind
it's you can slide out. It seems like it's placed there, like essentially like on a shelf between some rocks. Yeah, you can take it if you wish.
I will take it.
Cool. There you go. But aside from that, sort of working around, I mean, I'll just move you around so you can have a look at everything. There seems to be natural light that comes in from here. And then there seems to be a underwater system here under this part with towards the sort of northwest seems to be a stream of underwater coming down in towards the southeast in underwater tunnels.
So it's pretty clear then. No gribblies lurking.
Does not look like it. It looks like you guys have cleared this out. It doesn't seem like you've currently got any enemies in here. Who knows if there's any more outside and if they'll return or not.
Then when I reach everybody else, I'll just be like, the cave looks all clear.
Okay.
It
Can I ask
seems like
a quick
we've
question?
destroyed them all.
We'll,
Can I just ask a quick question? Sorry.
Okay.
You know, camping, short camp, long camp, whatever.
Short rest.
Short rest. Is it kind of
We'll
if we don't know there's enemies nearby?
we'll
Would we?
we'll come back to your thing in a moment, mate. We'll just carry on with this for now because they're doing some roleplay and I'll get back to your question. I'll keep note of it. So Malachi walks on over, talks about the cave being clear of any crawlies to Hal and Theo. What are you guys?
I'd be starting walking back up the tunnel as soon as I heard about Terry and Perry being loose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'd already be halfway out, to be fair. And Howell's already on his starting to walk his way out. But what do you say to each other in this response? I guess this conversation. Are you just both going to start heading out, or?
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm done, sir.
Yeah, it seems like we have no reason to linger. Maybe we should take one of these beasts' head, just to show.
I have nothing to cut it with, so I'll leave that to you.
I have a
But,
sword.
Go crazy.
Hua hua.
Which one do you take?
An alpha, if there's one of the big ones around.
There's only one alpha, and its head is split open, and it is just splayed across. Like, it is a complete mess. Like,
Then
you can take the top half of his head if you want, which would actually probably be easier than getting one of the other ones because it's already half done. But there's also like big parts of it, like its internal system, are like melted, and like part like its jaw and stuff.
I think I'll just go for a little one then. I want the whole head.
Sure, it's already seemingly lost color to it. Seemingly out of state, has 0 value for the most part outside of intellectual discussions and learnings. But yeah, you can definitely take one of the little ones here, one of the minion ones. Looks fairly young, very small, and you can chop it off. It just takes a moment, a couple of minutes, and you're able to lop it off with the help of Howl. And you guys make your way out to the top of the cave, which is surrounded by a bunch of trees and the rope sort of going down into it. I'll just use this screen as the generic one, as we're in around the Willow's Edge village, which is where this is. I just don't have the wall on here. And you've gone along Dream's Flow down towards the west, and you've gone into this cave. You've collected these moon petal roots. Figgle and Fiddle have reconnected upstairs. Everyone else has as well. Parentary is safe, so is Otto. And so to come back round to you, Fiddle, what was your question around short rest and long rest and safety?
What? Sorry? Oh, I was actually reading about it.
Oh, okay.
I was just I was reading
Oh,
about
okay,
it. So,
respect. I respect that.
So they're saying basically it's up to you to decide whether the enemies, whether we can long rest and whether they'll attack us during the long rest.
Yeah. So depending on where, like, if you were like, you know what, we're in a some kind of nest, we've not killed anything, we're gonna try and take a long rest. It might be a chance that you get an hour in, could be 2 hours, could be 3 hours, could be abandonment. You don't know. It could be that you go down there, you look to try and take a long rest, a short rest, and you get attacked. You have no idea on that front. The only sort of real more sort of sureties is if you're in a settlement. Outside of that, it's up to chance. Or yeah.
Okay, so realistically, in that dungeon, we could have gone to sleep, but we might have got attacked.
You can certainly look to take a long rest down there. I would say, like, at this point, you know it's going to take you about 4 hours to go back, including the small speed boost you guys have got, which will run out in so hour. You have about 2 hours left of the speed boost currently, and it takes you 4 hours to get back. So it'll take you about like 4.5 hours or something to get back into the village at this point. Or you can try and take a long rest in that cave if you wish, but getting Perry and Terry down there, and maybe even Otto, might be a bit of a challenge. But that's up to you. It's definitely possible.
I mean, Otto was chill when we slept in that weird brine place. Don't know about the balls there.
Well, so you weren't here. So essentially, you coming down, like getting into the cave, you have to go down a fairly long and very steep, like cave entrance, and holding on to like a rope on your way down for like big parts of it. And it's fairly tight, so being able to like carry a pig is not possible. The pig would have to go down there, either being pulled or via his own volition.
I could give Hal the wall walking thing, and he just drags them all down. But then how'd you get them back up?
What, my dragon?
Like if I could give you the spider climbing, you could pick up a pig and just walk down, and go back up, get another pig, walk down.
I personally don't think we should sleep in this cave. I think we should just
Yeah,
walk back
It would
down.
make
Why
more
do you wanna
sense
go
to
in
head
there?
back to
why don't we just go home?
Willow's
Welcome.
Edge
Just-
and rest there, right?
Go wherever, innit? I've just shapeshifted into 2 awful animals, so I'm probably knackered.
Yeah, you guys are already feeling super tired at this point. That fight was fairly easy with all things considered, but still exhausting in its own right. You guys can make your way back. It'll just take you a couple of well, what did I say? 4.5 hours. Would normally be 4 hours.
To
because of-
Marielle's.
What time of day? Is
by the time you get back, it's going to be close to 9 p.m. Well, yeah, 9:30. So it's up to you guys if you want to go and knock on
when
Marielle's.
sunset?
Sun is set. It is dark as
it's
you
already
approach.
set.
Yeah. It's like still like light at the very edge, but like it is
Like twilight. Yeah.
twilight.
I
So what
say
fancy doing?
we head a little bit, get away from this area in case there are more of these creatures, and find a little copse.
I mean, you can get back and take a long rest. And like so, Marielle is part like her place is part of the village, so you can get
Oh,
back.
so you're saying like it's a safe walk?
Yeah, it's a safer walk in this front. You can get back. Like this whole area is like looked after by the Willow's Edge. It's a
We'll go for a stroll.
you're like on the edge of the settlement, essentially. So you guys can safely get back. Is everyone okay then? Just going back to the tavern, paying for a room, and taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Thornfield's Rest. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So back to Thornfield's Rest. Be a total of 10 copper for the night. I don't know who wants to pay for it.
All together?
10 copper each, or just
10 copper total. It's not a very nice room.
okay.
And we'll say you each have eaten for the day. That's fine. And what we'll do is we will go into our break a bit earlier so we can sort out some of the leveling stuff now, and then come back in after the break. But yeah, good stuff. You guys got some, fairly good loot, like some interesting loot there. You could have done better, I'm not gonna lie, but it's still like a bit of a learning curve, like I think for you guys, obviously sort of getting into flow of things, especially with like how I tend to do things. I tend to run bits and pieces. Like looting, if you don't do it, you don't get shit. You guys attempted, you got some cool things. Cool, right. Let's go into a break, so let me chuck up the music. We will do the Celtic music once again, and we'll see you guys very shortly. Make sure to go grab your drinks and anything else, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
There is something I'd like to do during the long rest. Just try and read
One
the
second.
dagger. And try and sort out the. See if I can see anything on the bracelet.
Or just ignore me. All right, welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you've had a nice break. I know I extended it by about 5 minutes or so. Just had a few extra bits I need to talk about, and also to go take a quick toilet break and also drink. If you haven't already, make sure to go share the post on Twitter and everything else. And if your name's Jonesy, suck a fat one. And apart from that, hopefully you enjoy our hats, aside from Theo and Taylor, who decided, Fiddle, they decided they didn't want to get into this. So I've got Mr. Timo Redbeard's hat there. I've got a crypto-related hat, which I know, obviously, D&D people love. Then I've got an Alliance hat. And then I have a Critical Role hat, actually.
Nice.
I'll dump them down. I don't think I've got any more hats. I've not purchased any hats in ages, actually. But, right.
Allow me to quickly do this one. My party.
My party. Love it. All right. Why the hats? They're just for you, Mia, just for you. Okay, cool. So, we've all leveled up, or they have. I have too. I've gained plus 10 to my strength. and also my charisma, intelligence, and wisdom, and con, and dex.
So up from 0 on your strength.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly has a 0 in it, but add another like 1 and a 0 to it as well. 110 now. All right, so what we're going to do is roll some HP. So that starts from Mr. Malachi. Let's make sure you haven't accidentally added it on beforehand. You have not. So,
No, I'm a good person.
okay. If you could
What's my
roll,
hit die?
you have a D8, so it's a 1d8
1d8
plus 2, which is your Constitution. This is for level 4. If you're just joining us, everyone's leveled up.
Come Lady Luck, give me an 8.
If it's an 8, I'm just gonna re-roll it.
Oh, I'll take it. Ah, shit. I
There
can't.
you go. Next up is going to be Mr. Figgle.
Let's do this.
Can
Boom! Big fat
you
12.
can you right click it?
Oh,
and,
it's private! Shit!
right click it. Right click it.
Yeah, there we go. Look,
Okay.
proof.
Big-
Oh,
Big roll, big roll.
Should I re-roll that?
Nah.
No.
The fact he
Yeah,
called it a
you
12.
better not.
No, I'm not going to. That'd be imagine doing that. Imagine. But I shan't. If you have any temporary hit points, make sure to remove it as well. But yeah, go and add those 12 hit points on. That is fucking insane because you have a
Boom.
+2 to your con, right?
I do. Yeah.
Nuts. Next
That
up
is
is going to
big.
be Taylor. So you have a 1d8. You have a d8 for your hit dice, and you have 0 con. So if you just roll a 1d8, and we'll see how many hit points you add on. And a 6. That is fucking solid. So
You're much better than you. My bonus is in 1 roll.
below your portrait, there's a little cog that's next to max. Click that, change it from 17 up to 23. And Mia or anyone else, if you want to know the actual HP and stuff of people, feel free to ask in the Discord. ! Discord. Next up, let's go to Theo. Let's see if you can get some HP. Jesus Christ.
Wait, I don't know why it rolled that twice, but they were
It
both
rolled it
sixes.
twice, and you rolled
They were both
2 6s.
2 matches.
That is fucking
no
insane. Plus you have a +2 on your con, right?
Yeah, so 8 HP.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day.
So wait, we've done Malachi's. Okay, yeah. So you have 8. That is insane. What does that take you to?
That takes me to 28 HP. It's pretty good for a level 4 sorcerer. Not bad.
Malachi, what are you at?
29. Pretty shit for one of our frontliners.
I love that at level 3 I had more health than anyone does at level 4.
So,
How much have you got now, Hal?
I got 32 and I still need to roll.
last but
Oh
not
my God.
least, let's get the paladin boy here. Let's get your roll out here. Whip it out.
Well, give me a little 10 plus 3. Come on.
Just gonna roll a 1.
Oh, still a 7.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 3 as well for my con.
Plus. Yeah, +3 indeed. Nice. So that'll take you to
39.
39. So still at the top, but only just. There's someone chasing behind you.
And
Mr.
I
Figgle.
need to see how much stress I lose.
Yeah.
1.
And so yeah, if everyone takes a long rest as well, I mean I'll pop it up if needed, but if you just all manually go and do that, actually, I will shift over to a new day. It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
The new Dawn Days.
Hey, wait, you're watching that as well?
Yep.
Nice. For reference, that is for high rollers. Really good D&D live stream. So we were on the 6th. We're now on the 7th. And for some reason, expired from Dave. Who the fuck is Dave? It just popped up saying concentration expired from Dave. I don't know
By
who
the way,
Dave is.
But his concentration has expired.
On what? Don't know. You will die. The whole world explodes. He was holding everything together. He was the janitor of the world. But no. So
Yeah,
there's been a
shit,
couple of
what
times where I've said, like, Bloomtide, spring. I don't know why. It's summer. And Bloomtide is just the month. I was getting mixed up my own source because I've been tired a few times. But it is going to be the 7th of Bloomtide. But you guys made your way back to the Thornfield Rest. Thaddeus was busy serving people drinks. A couple of you could have had drinks and food if you so wished, but you would have been exhausted walking all day, and so you definitely would have been under the want of just being able to have a nice rest. But during your long rest, is there anything anyone wants to do? Is any of you going to take any long, what do you call it? Watches or anything?
Do we need to take watches
think
inside?
so,
of the
yeah.
tavern?
Okay.
Leave it to the guards.
I would like to stay awake for a little bit and like assess the dagger and the jewelry.
Fiddle, can you roll a history check for me, please?
Hey.
Fiddle, that I said as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the guards, they'll look after you.
Right.
You're just so
history
fucking
check.
exhausted.
There are no guards.
A vibes check.
Well, that's the thing. There is actually, like, you guys haven't seen any actual guards. Like, there are people who are like militia, but it's not like a town. But Flex, that tea has now been finished. I don't know who did the last one here.
Well, nice.
Don't know. It doesn't actually tell me. Wonderful. But
Neither.
we have the Flex the tea, so I will be reaching out and doing a community poll thing for you guys to work out what you want in as a monster at some point, and I'll work out how the hell I'm going to do that. So, good job. GG.
Right, everyone needs to flex for the tea.
No thanks.
I am the tea. All right. So, Mr. Malachi, you wanted to have a look at this dagger.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Basically just pulling out the dagger and just looking at it in the
Whip it out.
natural light of I'm just whipping up my dagger, as you know.
Is this during the night or is it during the day? Like when you're waking
Just-
up, or
Yeah, I would say like when there's like natural light, good for reading rather than dark vision, because I already couldn't see it under dark vision that well. So I'm just gonna whip my dagger out in the morning.
Okay.
You know how it goes.
sure. Roll a Arcana check for me.
One whole Arcana check, eh? No.
I mean, it just looks like engravings, but like could be potentially magical here. Obviously not a great roll, but like the fact that it's not rusted. You've got one dagger which is rusted. You've got this one that isn't. This is either potentially magical or just made out of really good quality stuff. You know that most daggers aren't going to rust that easily, but this one seems to be perfectly fine. The rusted dagger, if you were to take a look at that, it just looks fucked. It's barely there. And when it comes to the this dagger, looks really good quality. You've got the hilt sort of wrapped up in really nice quality black leather. It's like properly sort of bound. And then it's got the deep, not deep, but like engravings along the side of the blade, which just look untouched, unbothered by anything. And it's just a bunch of intertwining vines and what seems to be another kind of vine. It looks more like tendrils sort of winding through towards the tip of the blade as it seems to sort of like push out towards the edge.
So I speak a wide range of languages.
There doesn't seem to be any actual inscriptions of language or anything on here
No, so it's just
that you can tell.
random shit.
It just
Non.
from what you can tell, it looks like it is. It just looks good.
Just looks good. Just looks good. I might have to poke the sorceress for this one.
You, after spending I don't know, like half an hour or so time with it, like you feel like there is a draw towards this.
Could one say that I have some kind of attunement to this
You-
random dagger?
You get the feeling that you could try to attune to whatever this is if you wanted to.
In for a penny, in for a pound, eh?
Okay. I will drag it on. So in your inventory,
Cursed dagger.
there is now an unidentified dagger. If you click attune on it,
I've got standard roll, attack, damage, info.
no, so in your actual inventory, but
Oh,
actually
so not
that's
in
fine.
the-
You can do that as well. So at the very top, so underneath where it says unidentified dagger, click
Yeah.
click equip,
Equip, sure.
and then I will just attune it for you.
Sure.
You're doing that, and then click identified, like where it says unidentified, click that as identified. I think you can.
Yeah, right click identify.
And you feel a connection grow with the dagger, and yeah, you have attuned to this dagger and have uncovered what it is, and that is in your inventory, and is up to you.
Neat.
It is up to you as and when and what you share. The value on it that says 2 GP is not correct. Just ignore that.
Okay. That is a very interesting attunement.
I forgot which one it was. I've got a couple of different potential daggers it could have been, so I was thinking it was something else.
I mean, if you feel like you want to change it, well, you're God.
I mean, I think that's the right one. Did I not do the other one?
I mean, the description: supple black leather, providing comfortable and secure.
Yeah, no,
grip.
that's the right one.
That sounds about
I
right.
didn't make the other one in the end. That's fine. Yeah, that is yours.
Mm.
Oh, wait, fuck, who was it? One of the things I missed out on it as well was another item, but this will be how? Okay, yeah. Anyway, forgetting about some of my written notes. So,
Do I gain any kind of, if I do the same kind of thing for the silver bracelet, do I get a similar kind of feel, or is it just a fancy piece of jewelry?
spend like half an hour or so with it. Seems just like fancy jewelry, or like trying to like shove it on. It's not like adjusting at all. It's like a fairly small bracelet. Seems like more of like a smaller wrist, as it were, and doesn't seem to be anything much aside from like quite a nice looking piece of silver jewelry. I mean, a silver piece of jewelry is pretty fucking good going. Like jewelry is not that often made out of, like, from where you're from and stuff. Definitely not made out of silver. You guys are from poor fucking villages.
Alrighty, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Onwards and
Is
upwards.
this in the morning or before we slept?
The morning.
In the morning.
So you guys are sort of waking up. Malachi is busy studying and focusing on a dagger. Are you guys going to get breakfast? Are you just going to go straight out, go hungry? You don't need food. You don't need any nice, like, full Willow's Edge breakfast.
We've
Nice.
got perishable
I will-
rations that need eating.
I will show everyone the flask I picked up and see if I can figure out what it does
Okay.
without consuming it.
Mm.
So, is anyone proficient in Arcana?
Yeah, I think. +4. And
Is there
it's
a tick
ticked, yeah.
next to it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
You are proficient with it. Okay.
Even though I rolled a 1 earlier in it.
It's a new day. It's a new day. You've woken up fresh.
Yeah. I was exhausted, that was the excuse.
You're too busy focused on being a frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you can have a look around, talk to individuals about it, and obviously just a reminder as to what it looks like. it is this. And it has got some red liquid sloshing around inside it. So
It does have that glass window.
Yeah, it's very very thick. Sort of like, I say very thick, like for the context and the size of this. It is like a hip flask almost, but a little bit thicker. And it, even if you like try to turn it upside down, the liquid still seems to sort of stay on one side. Fiddle and Figgle. So you're busy sort of looking at this object. Can you roll me a Arcana check with advantage? As I'm assuming, and wait a sec. Well, doesn't matter. Oh, cool. We'll take that.
Sorry, I presumed you meant I'd roll it because I'm the proficient one. But
Yeah.
then as I rolled it, I thought you were talking to Flame.
Well, yeah. Well, I was talking to you because you're the. So it'd essentially be Figgle helping you, and that's why you got advantage on it. If you don't want to help him, Figgle, then you can also roll.
If only I rolled that nat 20 myself. Would have been good for the... No, we'll take this.
Okay, I was gonna say you can try your luck. Okay, cool. Yeah, fuck me. You're able to sort of start locating different parts of like you open it up first of all. Like after inspecting the rest of it, you open it up, and it's like it just opens up fairly easily on this front, and it seems like you open it up and it sort of uncorks and goes. And you can't take the lid away from it. That kind of just like swings backwards a little bit, and the liquid inside there is going like starts flowing up towards the top. The wings start like batting in front of you and lift up out of your hand and go straight towards your face. Would you willingly consume this liquid, or would you bat it away?
Is it already out the bowl?
The bottle's flown up to your face and is just hovering in front of your face. It's like a split moment thing of, you can tell it's trying to force feed you this.
And I like cork it
this
real
drink.
quick. Just fucking whack the cork in.
You can try and it's flying. This bottle is flying. It's flowing up into the air in front of your face, like almost like the golden
It's
snitch.
going to be hard.
I'm going to grab the bottle.
Okay, it just falls to the ground because you've not willingly drunk out of this, and you're able to ascertain with Arcana roll and looking at a few of the engravings after Figgle's picked it up off the ground. With a natural 20, you're able to tell that this. You've seen writings about this kind of delivery mechanism in your books, potentially in the past from your studying. Of like the different arcanic items that have been out there, things that you could potentially only sort of dream on sort of getting your hands upon, because you guys, may well be rich in the context of where you're from Thistledale, but we're in the actual bigger scope of things. Like stuff like this are super fucking expensive, or more than you guys have ever had. And you would recognize this as a winged flask. Essentially, it has one objective, and that is to deliver potions to individuals and force feed them to these individuals. And so it has a range of 120 feet, requires a willing creature to take the potion, or whatever is in the flask. Could be alcohol, but as a bonus action, you can speak a command word to activate the flask. When activated, the flask spreads its wings and gracefully it takes flight. Guided by your will, it can fly to a creature of your choice within 120 feet of you, conscious or unconscious. Once it reaches a designated creature, it opens itself and pours its contents into the creature's mouth. However, it automatically fails to administer the liquid to a creature that is unwilling to drink it. After administrating the liquid, the wings fold back into its flask. It gently descends to the ground. The flask can be used again 1 hour after it has been activated. It takes an action to fill up this potion, this flask essentially.
Did it spit all the liquid out when
No.
it dropped? So do we know what's in the liquid or no?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
I've added it to your inventory, and I will identify it for you due to a natural 20 on the identification roll there. Usually it'll be a lot harder and longer, but the nat 20 for a total 24,
Clutch
I think
start.
I'll let you guys have this. And also, I just think it's a really cool item. So essentially, what you've got here is like a potential
like a healing part that
emergency.
flies.
Yeah, but the issue is that you actually have to have healing potions.
Yeah. So you pour one healing potion into
Which
that.
we've never found.
But what couldn't
No.
I? I've got verdant berries, right? Couldn't I mash up all the verdant berries and just pour that in?
You'd have to turn them into a potion.
Yeah. Can you make that like liquid though?
That's not how it works. But nice try. You can look to start going down that route of alchemy. Just so within this, there are technically 2 skills that aren't in D&D natively, but there's herbalism and there's alchemy. And there are technically alchemy tools and herbalism tools and such as well, which will help aid and make things. There's also alchemy tables, alchemy workshops, same for like herbalism kits, herbalism books. Like I mentioned last time, for the other campaign I've written write a like herbalism guidebook, and I need to do another one as well. And you can use these kind of things to help aid you for it, but training both herbalism and alchemy can be quite hard on that front. So usually you would know like people tend to go down one route. You've definitely delved into alchemy, like you've created balms of wound cleansing, for example. Those definitely can't be used in this because they are balms, and if you try to consume them, they'll probably do some harm rather than actual
Oh yeah.
good. It tastes like absolute shit.
It's like an ointment instead.
Yeah. Oh, you've actually got a herbalism kit as well.
Yeah.
Is that
so
on
I could
fiddle?
do all
Is
this.
that flash? Should I remove it?
Yeah, I was
from
about to say, can I give it to?
Oh shit!
Oscar.
Sorry. Yeah. Whoever took it there. I just automatically
Before I
it to
give it,
someone.
I'll give it to Oscar, but
Who's
it's
Oscar?
in my hand. You know, I'll give it to Fickle, right? I'll give it to Fickle, but so did you say we still don't know what it is, even with the nat 20?
No, you do. You do know what it is. I've
The
given
liquid
you
we don't know.
Oh, the liquid.
The
Yeah,
liquid.
you don't know.
Okay, can I sniff it?
Sure.
Okay, can I sniff it to see if I recognise?
Well, if
what
I
it
open it,
is?
it's gonna.
Oh yeah, true.
No, it can't be activated again for another hour.
Okay, in an hour I'm gonna
So you
sip
can't
it.
sniff it.
I can't sniff it.
I
apparently.
will. No, you can open it.
Okay,
It's
you
it's not going to
can't.
fly off.
Oh, okay.
And
that's
also
good.
it won't do that anyway. This was just like the initial like dramatic flair of this because you
Yeah,
have to speak the command word. I'll probably also look to change the hour limitation on it at some point. But for now, it is what it is. So if you could roll me.
History?
No, this would be a 1d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
So +2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 1d20 plus.
This is essentially an alchemy check.
Oh.
Oh.
Might
Too
just be
much.
alcohol, mate.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll give it back to Figgle, and I'll be like, well, it's cool and all, but I don't know what's in it.
Red water in it.
Just stuff.
Yeah, maybe sip
Could be
it.
wine.
I don't know. Shall we sip it?
Good fucking luck.
No.
Okay. I sip it.
You sip it. Tastes
You die.
terrible.
Oh shit. Okay. Here you go, Figgle.
But you do know like
It tastes
potions
awful.
aren't usually made to be to taste nice.
Yeah.
They're more for the application. There may well be like a brand of like high-end potions and stuff that are about tasting good, but they're likely lesser quality.
I mean,
Oh,
why would it be
sugar cube.
filled with something bad anyway?
That's why I sipped it.
Right.
Yes. What
So-
possible reason could a flying potion to forcibly administer any kind
The-
of
No, because
strange liquid?
it didn't
But they have to be
forcibly, did it?
willing.
It fell on the floor, mate.
What if it's used to die during interrogations?
Yeah. Or what if
What if they're sleeping?
I'm assuming if they're unconscious or sleeping, they're considered willing. They can't stop it
So-
being fed upon them.
They're considered willing if they're considered allies to you.
Oh, okay,
It's just
okay.
a friendly flask. Damn.
A friendly fast.
You're not just gonna like knock out someone and be like, all right, here's a potion of like instant
Death.
death.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be sick.
But Who knows? Maybe there's ways
It's a
around that.
potion.
Maybe I'll
Death,
I'll
I
find a
doubt.
way to cast friends on someone, and then
Yeah.
Friends
it.
and then
Enchantry
assassinate.
magic. You're gonna go down that route, are you? Nice.
no,
nice.
Slightly.
no. I'm lying.
Nice.
On
Okay.
on the
The
subject
police
of
will look after you.
enchanting magic, is there A, the band about, or B, the girl who I pushed over?
I think we have to leave the tavern for that.
So
Let's go.
you don't, because the girl, the whole bards are just staring at you like, what the fuck? No. The bards are nowhere to be seen. Like the band are nowhere to be seen within the tavern, as it were. But you do see the fairly tall, blonde-haired teenage girl.
Is it the same? Is it her?
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to approach her.
She's busy, similarly having breakfast, just some porridge, presumably with some honey drizzled on top and some lavender in it as well, out of a wooden bowl, and just sort of busy eating it, and seemingly like having food with her parents or some individuals who seem to be older than her, and you approach her from behind, or from like essentially you can approach her from behind, or like how do you approach her on this situation? She's sitting on a long sort of like bench set up, and she's got her back to you, to the bar, which is kind of where you were at this point, and then across to her is a older sort of gentleman, brown hair, sort of sleepless eyes under his brows, sort of a middle-aged woman as well, a young blonde-haired boy sitting next to her eating his breakfast. How are you approaching them?
It'll be from behind, from her behind, but no, in a casual manner to not draw somewhat suspicion. But
Okay.
obviously, if the people like her parents opposite her were told my description, they would obviously be able to see me.
Roll a persuasion check for me. And this is to do with your ability to, you know, put out like a good vibe. It's essentially like allowing people to get like a good vibe off you or not.
DC 40.
Oh dear. Good vibe.
Okay.
Good vibe, yeah. I mean,
Like
nice betrayal.
for
but it's not the worst.
context, like 9 is not the worst. Like keep in mind, like 10 is like the dead center of it.
Malachi's forcing a smile across his face for the first time ever in his life, just walking awkwardly like...
It's probably less so about Malachi and more so the fact that you guys are strangers in this village. And although they're celebrating, there seems to be a air of people are just seemingly super hungover, super tired, just like a little bit of a weird sort of not say weird, just people are kind of out of it. And you can approach them, and the father doesn't seem to, or the man in front of her doesn't seem to react in any horrendous way of like pulling out a dagger and trying to stab you, but is going to look you up and down and sort of say, "Who are you up?
Hello.
Who are you?"
I owe this young lady an apology.
And you just see his expression change, and he like stands up. "You leave my old girl alone.
I do
You're
not
a
need
violent
any-
individual."
I was, and I was very emotional, and that's why I owe her an apology. And I'll just pull out that emerald
Mm-hmm.
and just put it on the table and slide it towards her. And just be like, as a token for my apologies for the way I acted, I was aggressive, hurtful, and rude. It wasn't right. It doesn't change what I did, but I hope this eases tensions caused. And with that, I will leave you to enjoy your breakfast.
Roll a persuasion check for me. This would have been with disadvantage, but with the gem, it's just at a flat roll. Okay. Pretty fucking good. There's just a audible gasp from this teenager whose name seems to be Olga. Oh, I don't really know what to say. She's like just staring at you, like flicking between you and this emerald, which it's not that big, but it's a precious gem. Not something that is an everyday occurrence, for all individuals anyway, especially for a young girl.
If you choose to forgive me, that's your choice. But if you choose not to, I also shall respect that decision for the way I acted. It's not necessarily one that is to receive forgiveness.
The father sort of like leans over, looking at it, and is like, oh, "No, it's fine. Everyone was having drinks. Emotions were high. It's good, but stay away from my daughter." And is just going to like move towards you, and sort of like as you sort of stepped back and sort of body block, and you hear her say, "Thank you."
Enjoy your days. And turn away and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Is my camera working?
No.
We're frozen around.
Real
wait,
mad
wait.
about it too.
About resting
You
bitch.
gave away a
wait,
gem
wait,
there.
wait.
Oh, turn it back on. I wanted to get a picture of that. That was fucking brilliant. You had stern,
That's right, we got the
stern
VOD for that.
face. Oh yeah, I got a VOD. Yeah, but I won't have the big version of it.
Clip it.
Yeah, well.
Spent the last 10 minutes fighting a losing battle with a wine bottle.
I was watching. I saw you doing.
Great.
No, I
Flickered back up to his action.
and I've
I've
chipped
seen-
I've chipped the tip of my screw.
Is that when you were like this, and then
Yeah,
you
it
finished,
won't,
and you
it
were...
won't go in.
Did anyone see him shrug? I seen you
Yeah, I
shrug,
was
and I
like-
was like, yeah, he's lost.
Oh, did you say you're trying to open a wine bottle with a screw?
Yeah, but I've chipped the bottom like the tip of the screw thing,
Oh wow.
whatever they're called.
Oh no.
So it won't dig into the cork.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Corkscrew.
Just get a
Beats
knife,
metal.
mate.
Okay,
Hold
so
With a blunt corkscrew.
getting back into things here. So
Oh.
Malachi, assumingly having approached and given a gift away, a 25 gold piece emerald. A fairly wondrous gift here, especially for a young teenage girl and her family, as it were. There is mutters and whispers and talks about it. What are you guys doing?
Try and open a bottle. Alright.
We're gonna have breakfast and then we're gonna go to Marielle's.
Can I go up to the bartender
Yep. It's Thaddeus on duty.
and I get out the one of the coins I found?
Yep.
I wrote them in there. Is it Thaddeus? You said sorry.
Pretty large gentleman.
Morning, Thaddeus.
Morning.
We were exploring, looking for these flowers yesterday, and I came across this coin, and I've not seen it before. So I thought, you're a bartender. You hear rumors. You know things. Do you have you seen these before? And I'll put it on the table in front of him.
Oh, that looks a strange coin. Is it silver?
I truly don't know.
Like looks over, and there's like, what's the right word for this? But essentially, on one side of it, if you sort of spend some time cleaning it away, and he like takes out a cloth and he's trying to clean it, it looks kind of like silver, but platinum? No, I've seen platinum. It's like spitting and like trying to shine and clean it, and you can see on one side it's got essentially a bunch of what is it called? But like engravings in it, which are just like almost looks like a bush engraved on one side of it, and then just a number 1 on it, and then the other side, on the flip side, it just has a screaming face, and that is the same on every single one of those 13 coins you have.
Is it a happy screaming face or an angry screaming face?
It changes. It is just different on each one of them. Happy
Ooh.
to like in anguish, like in pain, happiness. These are like they're just different.
One moment. Wow, this is a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So, divine sense technically is about creatures,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't use the word creatures at any point. It just says celestial fiend undead.
I would say any strong point or any point that kind of gives off like that kind of sense is stuff that would maybe get picked up.
So can I flare my divine sense?
Yeah. Your eyes glow in front of you, like how you sort of takes like a kind of step back. There's like a golden ring around your eyes, just for like a moment. And in front of you, you can see there is a slight shine coming from each one of these coins. Could you ping it for me, please, in chat? Because there was some changes I need to make to this anyway to expand it.
Just detect good and evil, which obviously isn't. You know, we don't have a direct good and evil, but I'd say in this context, probably like some kind of divinity, right? Like so I can detect sort of divinity, and then
yeah, there is like, it's even less so like there's like that flash, but also there's like a slight smell that you can't quite place, but it is the smell of like your mind goes to it. Don't know if it was like even within like the normal view thinking about it, but perhaps, well, it would have been within your learnings to learn at least about like the divine plane of Durendal, for example, and where he potentially currently resides. There's like myths and legends about that, and your mind just goes straight to like planar, divine. Like it's uncertain on this front, but there's like that initial flash of that sort of like kind of shininess to them, but also that smell. How to actually place the smell?
is it like a acrid? Is that
No, it's not like a bad smell, but it's also not like a good one. It's just one that you've never experienced ever. It's a new smell.
There's something that does not smell like it's of this world.
Yeah, and like that comes in from like your mind of like connecting like this to potential like divinity or planar. Maybe not divinity. Could be something else.
So he sees my eyes flare.
Oh bloody heck! What's going on here?
You trust me, nothing harmful, nothing dangerous. I just
I can see you're a Durendal lad. Never met a bad Durendal lad or laddess.
I've been blessed with some abilities that help me see. Truthfully, I don't see much I can understand, but there's something about these coins.
I've never seen these before. Look rather interesting, to be honest. Also a little bit scary. This one's screaming. Looks like he just stubbed his little toe on the desk.
Or someone stubbed it for him.
Oh, that's the. That's not good. It's some Discordian thinking you got there. I haven't to remember to correct the way I speak.
We grow stronger.
I'll need to collect people of the cloth, I think. See what they think.
Oh, well, I mean, the Halia lot could be, I just said that completely wrong, and I know one person's going to be confused as shit. Helia. Not Halia. Helia.
Thaddeus and Helia.
The people in the temple in Sea Haven, in the temple of Helia, could be of interest.
Thank you. I will make sure to speak to them. Thank you. It's more than I would know before.
They've got a temple by the sea. Not been there in a long time, but my husband Ted, he was ill at some point, and we made the trek over there. And they healed him right up. Good, they did.
Thank you.
He-
No. Back
He-
to my breakfast.
This
then.
whole time he's just cleaning a mug with the same cloth he was cleaning the coins with.
Is anything happening to the mug?
With his spit. Nope.
The mug sets fire.
He just disintegrates. No. Cool.
Back to my breakfast.
You guys finish your breakfast. Remove
Do we
five
see how
five copper
talking
each.
about the coins?
I'm eating a perishable fishy ration.
Okay.
I'm not paying for breakfast.
I have a perishable ration I need to eat today as well.
Okay.
I would also like to give Figgle the 11 river stones.
Oh, okay.
I will also feed the pigs 2 non-perishable fishy rations.
Yeah, I mean they'll eat it.
Wait, with the yeah.
Hey, anything, weren't they?
Yeah.
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 Even plastic in today's society.
I'll give him the perishable ones. Then might as well get rid of those ones. first.
And people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Figgle, Malachi approaches you, hands you a handful of small, very shiny, smooth and polished stones.
What would 11 shiny polished? Oh, it's legible. Don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't worry about that.
wow, Malachi. Thank you. These look really good.
I hope you can crack some skulls with these.
I might even try this.
And I pull out the chain that I got before,
Okay.
I might make one of these.
and then I hold up the normal whippet stone, which is a rope and 2 rocks on the end.
Oh. Chain shot.
Yeah.
Do we notice how, talking about the coins?
Yeah.
Do you bring them over to the table, or?
But
anything?
you can see him up there talking, and you can see the expression going on. You're definitely observant enough to sort of keep an eye on things that are going on, and you can see that he's busy talking, and there's like a reaction at this point, like of Thaddeus sort of stepping away a little bit, a little bit of shock talking, and then sort of moves a bit back forward a little bit, sort of engaged in conversation.
Figgle will waddle dash to the bar, climb up a stool.
May I, Hal?
And I look to take one of the coins. Hal?
Luke.
Sorry, what did you say?
Figgle,
Where was he?
as you turn around
Oh,
to
Martin.
as you turn to collect all the coins, Figgle moves up to the bar next to you and points at the coins as you're picking them up and says, "May I?"
I don't know if they're safe.
You gave Thaddeus one to check out.
I didn't know they might not be safe, Dylan. They have something of the gods about them. Sure, we can trust them.
Have you try flipping one of them?
That is a risk I will not take, but I will then hand him one.
Okay.
I look at the coin I've been given first.
It is an angry-looking face.
Wait, can I give him a happy one?
1 sec. Well, hang on, no, hang on. You-
Do you want an angry one or do you want a happy one?
I need an intelligence checked first.
Oh, he wants an angry one.
Okay, I'm gonna flip this coin.
Catch it. What are you doing with it?
Just seeing if anything happened.
Seemingly nothing happens.
Okay.
I give it back,
Bye.
and I rush back to the table before he does.
Yeah, and Hal joins you at the table, finishing off.
But did he steal my coin?
No, I
you
gave
gave
it back.
Okay.
You finish off your breakfasts, perishable, non-perishable, fishy, non-fishy, whatever it may be, breakfast ales or not. The day is yours. What are you guys going to do? It is, by this time, 9 a.m. Or there, no, sorry, at 7:30, there and thereabouts, on the 7th of Bloomtide. 6:24 LC.
Yeah, we should go
Yes.
to.
We should go.
Is this the city where Matilda is?
Yeah.
Can I sneak
City.
over there?
With your dog?
Yes. With my dog.
So we're splitting the party. Okay. You guys walk outside, and there are just people mulling around. Seemingly starting to get on the day, but there's no like joyous mood out here. Everything's fairly quiet. People, waking up, maybe not wanting to get on with the day because they're maybe hungover, whatever it may be. What is everyone's passive perceptions?
Mine is
13.
14.
12.
11 on my end.
I think mine should be slightly better now. My passive perception 12 now.
How have I got the highest?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I would also like, while we're walking through the village, like to keep an eye out for Ilaria.
Okay. Roll a perception check because you're doing an active one on that. But you guys step out the door, and Figgle, do you say anything, or are you just going to split off and run?
Fiddle.
You mean me, Fiddle?
Fiddle, sorry.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna go get some air, fellas. Don't try find me. I'll be back in a spiffy.
What? Insight check, please.
That's a very suspicious thing to say.
Don't do anything
nothing
I would
suspicious
do.
at all.
It's
I
answering a
don't
lot
do
of
anything
questions
I
we didn't
wouldn't
ask.
do.
You can roll an insight check if you want, Figgle.
Go on.
There we go!
20, baby! Cash it in!
No.
All right.
Yeah, you can't hide from me, brother!
I know what you're up to. You fancy her.
Fiddle. Like, so this isn't like a also like nat 20 on a skills check, unfortunate, but still, you. It's not like a mind reading thing. That would be illegal.
Yeah, he just knows me.
Yeah, he gets the sense of like what you're doing. Is there anything like the language you used there was "Don't come and find me. I want some air." Is there anything that you feel that Figgle might have a read on you about why or where you're going? And it's not like a mind reading thing. It might just be from like things you've done previously.
Well, he probably has clocked me looking at that ring of Matilda's
Yeah.
last time. And so a little bit in his brain is probably like, what if he's going to go buy it, rob it, up to him?
Yeah. So for you, Figgle, you have the understanding that Fiddle likes magical items. You've just had like you were able to find one, but that's yours. You've got it. He was eyeing that ring up and would have been arguing potentially to have taken it off her hands, quite literally, the day prior, and he's now asking to go over there. Two could likely be connected here.
This is
He doesn't know- he-
produces fire, right? And you can
Yeah,
move it.
He doesn't know I'm going to Matilda. He knows I'm going.
Oh.
I didn't say I'm
sorry,
going to
you
Matilda.
didn't say that. Then okay, it's more that you've come across
Isn't
a
it?
magical item recently. He's wanting to wander off.
There's a
Your
glint in his eye.
deducing skills here is that you only know a certain amount of people. You guys are going to Muriel's. The only other place you've been, or only other two places you've been, is the tavern and Matilda's. Or he could just be leaving. If he's going to Matilda's, could be something to do with the magical ring, or maybe he's wanting to do something with Otto. If he's wanting to leave, that's a whole nother thing. And then where else? Why the fuck else would he go alone?
Okay. I let Fiddle walk off for a bit, assuming nobody else is going to intervene. This is your moment to intervene if you want.
No, I just said bye. Don't do anything I would do, and definitely don't do anything I wouldn't.
And Hal's probably busy looking at his coins. Theo's probably
Okay.
feeding the pigs.
As you walk off, I'll jog up beside you and go,
Where are you going?
Don't worry about it. I'm just going shopping, mate.
No, you're lying, I can tell.
Well, can you keep a secret?
Of course.
Well, I want that
You're my
ring that
brother.
Matilda's got. So I'm going to try and buy it, but if she doesn't sell it, I'm getting it anyway.
Jesus Christ.
What's got into you? It's a family heirloom. You can't take that.
She literally offered it for a fucking bear pelt, man. That's
Yeah,
just
but
going to be
we
sold to the
pretend-
next frog skin that comes in. She's just going to give it to them.
Well, we pretended it was magical.
this is Hush Fickle voice.
Maybe I'll trade her something magical. You never know. And then I say, jog on, little brother. Don't follow me, please.
And as you finish those kind of words, there is like a slight pitch of annoyance and anger that you can hear in his voice, Figgle, that you probably haven't heard all too often, but it's there, the undertone.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'll walk back to the group.
Okay. Figgle wanders off, and we'll come back to you in a moment.
Fiddle wanders off.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Fiddle.
we both went rough.
Look,
No, I go
one of
back
you
to
is
the
going to die.
I go back to the group.
One of you is going to die very soon because your
No.
name's all right. So
Well,
Fiddle will come back to you. Figgle, you join back up with the group. And as for you, Malachi, you rolled a 19 perception check on your way to Muriel's, which we will then switch over to this. Aside from one person who's actually going to be going, and I will dump you here. If it'll work. Let me know if everyone's loaded into the scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
I've got so many tabs on it. Yeah.
Or
All
just
the
like a generic
tabs.
village.
Yeah.
Yeah, into
Willow's
the
Edge.
Willow's Edge.
I see.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
right, yeah.
Just the long distance
Oh,
shot
it's-
of the village, right?
yes.
Yes.
It just disappeared. I just had two scenes.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Here, let me try this again.
So I saw Willow's Edge and I saw something else that started with an S, but I can't remember.
Stone Smithy.
Oh.
Okay, whatever. I was trying to grab you across into that, but for whatever reason, Foundry's been shit. So, the rest of you start making your way over towards Marielle's little cottage closer towards the river. Down by the river, indeed. As I've said before, I'll just quickly change this from that sort of kind of depressing music. You come across the fairly small wooden gate and sort of like fenced off area around a fairly nice looking fountain, and you can see the different sort of wind chimes and crawling vines up and around the cottage, which is fairly small with all things considered. She's a gnomish lady after all, so she doesn't have to have a giant place, but it's possible for the giants, as it were, to be able to get inside. Yeah, you come across this along the way. Alara is nowhere to be seen. Malachi, on the route you took.
Enough.
But yeah, you come up. You've got the pigs with you. What are you guys doing?
Go on, Theo.
Sorry, what? What am I doing?
Well, you got the roots, haven't you?
Oh, right, yeah, I do.
And you're a good
Right.
talker.
I'll knock on her door. Is it this? Are we at her house? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Pay attention, mate.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. It was about the pigs were distracting me. They're, fighting each other and that, and I just gotta keep them busy.
All right.
Alright, Theo. I can help with this.
So you
I knock on the door.
knock on the door, and you hear this. I'm coming. One moment. I can't remember what exact voice I did. It was a old one. Either way, eventually you hear the pitter patter in of feet. The door squeaks open, and sort of fairly old looking gnomish lady with piercings through her nose, like not septum, like essentially I can't remember what this one's called, between the eyes, and through the ears. Like she's got multiple different bone piercings, as it were, alongside some partial sort of tattoos on her face, and you can see that she's got a steaming sort of kettle in her hand, in sort of one hand, which definitely seems like it should be far too heavy for a lady of her age and stature to sort of hold on to, but she's got it in one hand, just holding it up, and it's a fairly big one as well, made out of what seems to be china or whatever it may be. And she opens the door, like, "Oh, come in. I was expecting you." And she just like potters out towards the back end where she has her like porch area. And the weather's actually, yeah. What is the weather like?
Out onto the veranda.
Yeah, up onto the veranda. Fiddle, no, not Fiddle. Fiddle, can you roll a 1d100 for me, please?
I can.
Certainly bears.
If it's 100, is it like volcanic
It's
stone falling from the sky?
rain.
Yeah.
Acid rain. Some stay dry and
Chocolate
others
rain,
feel
yeah.
the pain.
Acid
The actual
rain.
original lyrics work well for it as well, Cyrus. 15. Okay. It is light rain showers. But this area is slightly covered, and so you can hear the pitter-patter of rain above as she leads you out, and she's already got set out multiple different like cups, in total 5 of them, and she's got a few bits of food for the boars and also some meat for Otto, who isn't there, and there's also a few small not pastries, but like honey. Actually, yeah, they would be honey honey
rolls.
buns. Essentially sweet rolls, but they're honey buns. Essentially, just buns glazed with honey, as it were. Just like fairly small ones, sort of placed by each of the pots. And she's like,
Oh, just like Sharon used to make.
"Oh, Sharon, how's she doing?"
Sharon Hogsdale. Oh, do you know her? She.
I think I've met her many, quite a few years ago when she was a child.
Oh yeah, she's all right. She still makes some excellent ham sandwiches.
Like, thinks a moment. Nice. I have to get over there and see them, although, like you said, there's a dome over there.
No, yeah, you can't go there anymore. Sorry about that.
Hmm.
Maybe I could bring her here.
Perhaps. Maybe not right
Maybe
now.
Maybelline.
So how did everything go? Please sit down. I'll And she goes and starts pouring this tea, which has like a very, again, floral sort of smell to it, but there's also like a bit of a sharpness to this, that if you like smell the liquid that's being poured out, this is seemingly being steeped to perfection in time for your not exact arrival, but there and thereabouts.
Well,
I'll just
oh, sorry, yeah, go on.
I was gonna drop the monster's heads, like the tiny monster's heads, and just like take it out and just drop it on the, like, not drop it, just like put it down so she can see it.
Slams onto the floor. I forgot you were carrying that around, and just it kind of collapses a bit into the floor. Seemingly the structure isn't quite formed there for this fairly young creature. Oh, what is that? That's definitely very strange.
Yeah, so we went down into them caves.
Can I
and
inside check?
found-
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Oh, there's a big smile there, Tom.
We found loads of these horrible creatures down there.
That's on a...
I think
Oh,
about
God.
11 of them, and a stronger, more robust variant as well.
Nice.
Oh, very weird. With your insight check, I mean, what is it Like, why are you insight checking her?
When she said she doesn't know what they are, or she's never seen that before, I'm trying to look for like. I'm not sure I necessarily trust that that's true.
Okay. I would say it's hard to get like a read, but like there is genuine, like, from what you can tell, like uncertainty. Like, again, it's not mind reading, but like there is like a level of like uncertainty there. What that uncertainty is about.
So you say you've never seen these creatures before?
I don't think so. We've been down to that cave, or used to go down to that cave all the time. We haven't really been maintaining it.
When's the last time you used to go?
Let me think. Probably about 10 years ago. We realised that it wasn't really much use in it, as we weren't able to properly do our ritual thanks to the commune.
What's
Eyes
the...
rolled.
As she says that, I pull Malachi's arm and I like bend his back down so he's at my like head level. How many were in your commune? Whispering in his Malachi's ear.
About a few.
More or less than the monsters?
Way more.
Oh, okay. I like turn to face the conversation again.
Yeah, so we found them plants that you were looking for, the roots and everything. But we also found, I was wondering what the ritual you mentioned actually involved.
Oh, I mean the root would be part of helping us. She like sort of sits back in a seat and sort of sniffs. We don't give away all our ritual details, but you seem to be trusted, obviously. Do you have the roots?
I do, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. We use them to help induce the right mindset, as it were, for... It's not a hallucinogenic, but it's something that helps open your mind. She like smiles.
Because I haven't heard that before.
It's spice.
Have you... do any of your rituals involve any strange coins?
No, it's all
Just that
all,
we found these
au
coins down
naturel.
there. Don't recognise these, do you?
I shall
actually think I've
hard
shown
roll
you
my
that.
eyes when she says natural.
I don't actually think I've shown anyone the coins. Because you weren't there.
Well, I didn't find any strange coins down there at all. now that I think about it.
No, I haven't told anyone about them.
Along
Okay.
that line of conversation, though, obviously retcon that you said that.
But you're going to bring it up.
Marielle, what was that? What was the cave used for? Was there people living in there? Because I found something cool.
No, it seems to be one of the only places the moon petal flowers seem to grow in this area. I think they probably would grow elsewhere, but it just seemed to be where Videntia or whoever decided to place them there, or such, decided that was the right place for them.
I mean, is there history for that cave? Did anyone used to live in there?
We saw signs. There was a few bits and pieces, but we never held it as our own. We never blocked anyone from going in or taking what they need.
Insight check.
Okay, roll an insight check.
I don't trust this woman.
Ah.
You don't say.
We it's like, again, like you've got, I guess I'll do a roll for her.
That one.
Go on. Give me a little tidbit.
What is it you don't trust about what she's saying here?
Everything.
My suspicion is that this cave was, as I think everyone's kind of alluding to, inhabited, because we found several bodies done. And I wonder if this was actually a cave occupied by people of a different community. And so when she's saying that there were signs and she wants to show these monsters were there, it feels like they should have known about that, considering it's really not very far away.
So, context-wise, they said they found out about the monsters, but they had stopped going there after, I think it's 5 years or so, just over 5 years after they realized the collection of these roots weren't essentially doing the job because there was a blockage elsewhere in the process. That blockage seemed to, she said to you seems to lead towards the commune being the issue or something they're doing. As for
Lies, deceit, propaganda.
as for the other part of it, she goes on to say, I've never seen anyone in there myself. I used to be part of those that would go and gather, and I didn't see the monsters myself. Otherwise, I might be more help for you. But curiously, I mean, we saw potential bits and pieces of individuals there. In one side of a wall, there was a very fancy-looking bracelet, and we just left it because if it belonged to someone, then perhaps they were coming back to it. We had our need for there. We took what we needed and nothing more. The tradition goes back before I began my life. I know that we started, worked out the ritual and were told about it from our ancestors. But there's only so much I'll obviously go into detail with you. I honestly trust you, but we've been quite reserved in some ways around our practice, especially since not being able to accomplish climax, if you will. There's a slight smirk to her face to the ritual since the commune's been there, but I don't know. I think there may well be more to it. But
Involuntary eyes narrow.
You can see her look at you, Malachi, and her eyes settle on you for a bit longer, and she's not looking away. She's just sort of taking you in, especially as
Look
your
what I found! And I hold up
eyes
the
now.
flask. And
Oh, that's interesting. Did you get that from the cave?
It was in the water.
What is it?
It seems to deliver liquid.
Oh.
I have to come up with a command word, right?
Yep.
Okay, give me 1 moment.
No.
I say
There's something that I wanted
Fuga.
to try. Oh, sorry.
Did you say sugar?
fuga, F-U-G-A.
Okay.
It's flight in Latin, apparently.
Strange language. Write that in the description as well. Have it in there now. Oh,
And I'll specify. I will have it fly to Theo.
Here,
You've
this
made a grave mistake. You have made a terrible lapse in judgment here, friend. Because Theo 100% drinks it. Doesn't even resist, just opens his fucking gullet like, okay.
Okay, whatever.
Mistakes were made.
Okay, 1 sec.
Theo explodes. Destroying the village in the process.
So we've stopped
Tactical nuke in a bottle.
Figgle, can you roll a 1d100 for me, please?
Oh, hell yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Big number.
Ooh. 2 fat ladies.
88 points of damage.
And Figgle, can you roll a 10d4 for me, please?
Damn!
Is he gonna heal? Is he gonna die?
Oh boy!
No, it's an
Wait, he lives
absolutely
that, he lives
insane
that.
health potion, isn't it? We've just wasted it.
That's okay.
Plus 20. Theo, this flying, like, buzzing sound comes towards your face, and you're presented with this flask. A flask! And actually, just for a point of order, have you tried drinking in the pot, like, since you got back?
No, I wouldn't have drank last night.
Okay.
So.
You've not had a drink in a while. You're in a stressful situation. You're in a social situation. A flask is darting in front of you. You've heard mention about this. It's fluttering there, and you get the sensation that, like, deep in your head, like, it wants to give you a drink.
Oh, thanks.
It flies up to your mouth and it just straight down, and it is a decent amount of liquid. And if you had any wounds, they'd be gone because you just healed for 47 hit points, as it had a potion of healing supreme inside it,
Super!
which is worth a few thousand. Well, actually, in this context, you don't want to know the price and value of that. It would make you sick.
Count of
Would cry
3.
yourself to sleep. I'd say that.
How much worth of it did I sip?
Not enough for it to make any difference. But if it was like an actual, like, correlation of it, you probably, like, you sips like a few hundred golds worth of.
That's...
But yeah. And so you're like, there's like a shine, like, from head to toe, as any kind of scar, like, cuts or anything
His
he may
mental
have
health
gathered
issues have been
are gone.
fixed.
No, actually, he gains new mental. No, he gains depression from the realization of what. No, and you just feel
Just slightly
fantastic, but
crooked
you
back just straightens.
don't feel a buzz that you were potentially expecting. You were handed a flask, and whenever you're handed a flask, there's a fucking alcoholic drink in it, Theo. But instead, there's just this trash tasting liquid that you feel amazing from, but you don't feel you don't feel the right kind of buzz.
Ooh.
The flask flutters to the ground and I pick it up.
Okay.
That was lovely. Have we got any more?
I don't know what it was. How'd you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Wasn't that cool, Marielle?
Yes. From the looks of things, or the reaction on his body, that was a healing potion. Did you know that was a healing potion?
No.
You should be pretty careful about that. That could have been a potion of, fireball or something.
Well, it's empty now, so I know what goes in it. I can fill
If
it
it
up.
starts flowing in my face, I'm gonna drink it. That's just the way it is.
You're a strange one, Mr. Hogswell. Let me have a look at it.
I've always said that drinking problems come back
okay.
to bite you.
She's gonna take a look over it. Definitely seems like some kind of potion holder. Maybe it's just a healing potion holder. Maybe it's more.
Fill it up with tea and I'll try it in an hour.
Maybe it's
Oh.
Maybelline.
Sure. I mean, this tea's not enchanted or sort of in any way, so it'll just taste good.
That's fine.
And she pours in, and she keeps pouring, and she's got like a fairly large amount within this kettle. She's like, it seems to have just taken all of it, and she fills it all the way up with like steaming hot water, and it takes the whole kettle. Seemingly, it takes just as much as you put into it on this. Whatever that means, who
What?
knows?
infinite healing pot.
Bottomless flask.
What if I
knows?
put multiple healing potions in it? Does it just do all the effect at once?
Don't
Who
know.
knows?
If I had
Those
access to
charges.
healing potion.
Who knows? Maybe that'll work. But it's now full to the brim
Cool to
of
say.
lavender
Tea.
and honey tea.
Nice. I'll put it back in. I'll pocket it.
It's like, so I don't know if there's people who've taken up homage or home of that place over the past 10 years, but we've not seen or heard of anyone. Could I see the roots? If you finish, then I'll need to talk about your rewards.
Yeah, you can have the roots. Here you go.
She looks them over. It's like, oh, very nice. You took the whole thing.
I didn't know if you might have some other uses for the petals or whatever, you know.
Oh, she looks looks at you and then
Smokes
looks
it.
around for Fiddle, who's not there. There's a few things you can do with the dried
Oh
leaves.
right, I see. Nice.
If you're here in a couple of weeks, I'll give you some dried and crushed petals. Just a light amount of them onto tobacco or whatever. It can be quite a nice addition and buzz, as it were.
Nice.
So I've got a bunch of weed in my backpack then at the moment.
Oh shit, yeah, you still got.
Oh, you've got some.
You don't
It's a
know that.
psychedelic. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that, but
You would know that
I know.
you'll need to preserve them some form, and that will require a few things.
yeah, I mean, I
otherwise
was going to
they'll just go
experiment
fucked.
on them, but we'll do that later. Or
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah, just imagine you guys around the campfire out in the middle of nowhere. Hal just like, oh, seriously, guys, as you all just munch on the roots. It's like, let's see what's going on. Let's get high.
We all climax off the roots.
I was just sat there pretending he's not jealous.
I was looking at her writing in a book night of being uncomfortable. All right, enough about climaxing. We will move on. So you hand them back to her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, perfect. 10 exact. Should make do on that. Not make do. Should be good. So necklaces. Where is Figgle, by the way?
Fiddle.
You mean fiddle?
Sorry,
It's
Fiddle.
easy. It's easy to get mixed up.
I know. Our name is.
All the time.
I've been so used to being around humans and their naming conventions, I sometimes forget. And then
Yeah,
we'll
that's fair,
whoosh, fly over to Mr.
Oh,
Fiddle.
lean back in the chair.
Everyone else can lean back in the chair. I will drag you all over here.
Just listen to this masterclass.
So,
I've got a couple planned.
Fiddle,
For
All right.
fuck's sake. You have inspiration.
You-
by the way.
I-
Go.
you
Thanks.
as you walk away from your brother, there is that sort of strange burning sensation in your sort of almost chest of annoyance. Why does he just fucking mind his own business?
Yeah.
And yeah, you move off and you're heading towards the Smithy's place. How do you
On the way,
approach
I'm
it?
just talking to Otto and being like, "Can you believe Figgle? He's really just hitting me off." And Otto's just looking at me like, "What you on about?"
I don't know. Staring at you, thinking you're gonna feed him.
Do you
Well,
need to
speak
do your
out.
daily animal handling check?
Well, there'll be something. I'm sure there'll be a fucking check in a minute. Don't worry. So, am I there? Am I here?
That's a good point. Have you fed Otto today?
I think we fed him in the morning, didn't we?
Then can you remove some rations from your inventory?
Can I remove gold instead? I didn't say that I wanted breakfast, but I would have bought the breakfast.
Sure. Move.
was copper,
Remove.
wasn't
Oh, everyone should remove at least 5 copper. And so for you, it would be 10 copper.
10. Oh shit! What have I just done?
Players just put the perfect song on for him sneaking about.
What was that?
You know, the da 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 da.
Oh, the YouTube one, yeah.
Yeah. It just randomly came
Vanos
on my
gaming,
playlist.
sneaking.
Yeah. Well, he's sneaking about. It's called Sneaky Snitch, if you want to.
What playlist are you listening to for that to come on?
Oh, I have like a storytelling playlist on Spotify, which has a bunch of genres.
Let me see.
I've got-
I should change up the music as well.
I've got skulking on at the moment.
Yeah, do
That's
some
it.
intrigue.
Intrigue. How about
Songs for when someone's up to
By the way,
mysterious?
Rituals. How long do they take again?
Uh,
10
Says it
minutes,
on the
did you say?
spell.
it's an hour
Usually 10
plus.
minutes. Oh.
No, sorry, it's
Depends
depend on the
depends
spell.
on the spell. Yeah.
Which you can message me this, or
Let me
you can
message
just
you what
ask.
I'm generally planning.
Is he communing with the devil by any chance?
Also, something that I wanted to clarify earlier as well, Tom.
Oh yeah.
Reading people's thoughts is illegal, right? And influencing people's moods and shit like that.
Yeah.
But if
Unless
you
you're
were,
a party of bards.
if you
but
were
no one
just
seems to mind.
using the surface thoughts of detect thoughts, that's not illegal, right?
It's still considered invasion, but there is
But
like
they're not aware
they
though,
wouldn't
are
know.
they? It's only surface thoughts, unless I probe them.
you just have to find out. I'd
Okay.
probably say that is not something any of you would be
yeah,
familiar
fair.
with.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was
so-
just looking at the wording of it because I wanted to use it, but then I was like, am I going to get in trouble here?
Yeah, we'll we'll come back to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Taylor's writing me an essay. I'm trying to look which ones you've
What's he
got.
up to?
Fireball. You don't have fireball. You have flame and sphere.
ChatGPT, how can I confuse my DM the most? Firstly, you should
I
ask
love
him
how
about how
confusingly, he confusingly looked at his spell list. Like, yeah, I do have fireball. It's like a 5th level spell.
Looking at like I've only played like wizards and shit as like spellcasters myself, and they actually yeah just wizards, and it's so much nicer because yeah you just don't have like massive fucking lists of like, oh, I have to go through like 100 spells,
Yeah.
which you know has its
That's
like
nice.
perks and
It's
not
nice to paladin because you just have heal, out of combat spells, and then smite.
oh.
I
something you ever
only
use.
play fucking all 3 of my previous like main campaign characters have been cleric fighters, like multi-classes, every single
Hmm.
time.
Mm.
I don't know why I gravitate towards that. It just ends up being what I go for.
I've been considering a bard if I die. That's
Nice. No one
Although
in
I can't
any
see.
of my groups has ever played a bard. Not once. I think it's just crazy. I've been playing D&D for like 4 years now. No one's ever played a bard.
I was thinking of doing like
Alright, Tell me what you think, Tom. It might be a bit too much.
a spoken word.
I told you about my idea for my bard, didn't I? A bard that can't sing called Mike Issues.
Oh, you should feel bad for that.
I might steal that. Can't lie. But it has to be a bard that sings, even with it. But he always sings when his mic's muted. So like every time it does a performance check,
A
he
bard
has, to mute, he
singer.
has to mute his mic and then sing a song.
So-
Everyone-
Wait, one sec. There you go. Last bit of juicy meat. That sounds so mad out of context.
Does that make a difference?
No, it doesn't make a difference, sorry. Unless she can't take it off, like.
You can certainly try. Let's just see how this goes.
Fuck, sure.
So you walk up towards the store.
Well, first I'll sit next to Otto and
Okay.
explain the plan.
Yeah. So you find a bench under a tree on your way, and you ritually cast speak with animals. Is that a ritual spell?
Yep.
Which
I hope so, because I don't have it prepared.
yeah, it
It
is.
says ritual.
Yeah. So that will take you ritually. Yeah, that'd be an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, so it would take an hour and 10 to start
I
it.
think. Because normally it takes you 10 minutes to cast. Oh no, it lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah. I don't think it says how long it takes.
duration. Oh, activation 1. So it would take you. Yeah, because technically, like ritual is an hour plus the actual time it takes to do it.
Well, if that is the case, I'll just ritual this one, and then the others will be actual spells. Or the other.
Let me double check. Make sure I'm not going
Well,
crazy.
the other's a cantrip actually, so I'm fine, am I?
Oh no, it's it just increases it by 10 minutes, so it'd be 11 minutes essentially for this. I was I think I was thinking of something else, so you're fine. Yeah, so you can sit down and like spend some time doing some chanting and speaking, and it's not quiet. You're there casting magic on a bench, getting a few weird looks from people. It's not sneaky. You could try to find somewhere, but it's not a crazy big village.
Well, this part's fine. I mean, they'll probably just think I'm a weirdo.
Okay.
Nothing immediately suspicious. I'm not right outside of the shop.
Sure, that's fine. So you've cast Speak with Animals. What do you do next?
Next, I say hello, Otto. He probably says hello back in some way.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Nice to speak to you. How would you feel about a
Food?
big juicy steak? Exactly. Yeah.
Food.
You want a big steak? You want a steak?
Like licks your hand.
Well, fuck. Do you want to do me a favor for the steak then? Nod your head if you do. If you want the steak.
Just like puts his head to one side, like cocks it, looking at you.
I'll
and,
take
like,
that as a yeah.
Scratches his like behind his ear. Do an animal handling check for me as well.
This is gonna go fucking awfully, innit?
Here we go. No, you never fail.
Gosh.
It's alright.
That's pretty good.
18's good.
Yeah.
Take it.
Just sort of scratches behind it, like behind his ear, and like falls over, and then gets back up, and like looks at you. Food.
Okay, so listen, buddy. You can have food. You just need to bark if you see anyone come close to me.
He
Yeah.
barks.
Who's close to me?
No one.
Why did you bark, Otto?
Food.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Hmm.
No people.
You know how to play fetch, Otto? No, you don't. Fuck.
What's that?
Baby
Okay.
direwolf, by the
Alright.
way.
Okay. How long is it going to take to teach him fetch?
Longer than you've got in the next 10 minutes.
Fuck. Alright. I'll just explain the plan to him and hope he gets it. So I'll tell him, bark if they come close to me. Get the ring that's going to be dropped out the window. Don't swallow it. I don't know what that would do.
Okay.
You got that? Repeat what I said.
Bark if people near. Pick up ring.
Okay. So you bark if people are near me. And you pick up the ring and bring it to me.
You are here.
Okay, let's try it. Why not? I believe in you, Otto. Do me proud and you get a steak, alright?
Food?
Okay, get into position.
He just like twirls around. Oh. Here?
Okay. Is it a good spot?
Where are you trying to position him?
Round the corner of the front. We're looking at the thing on the photo there.
Yeah.
Round the side near the brick wall on the right.
Okay.
Because I'll be behind the place, so he's going to have to see anyone coming to me or to the front of the job.
So, like here?
Literally there.
Okay, let me drag one. Here.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
Good. So you're gonna alarm me if they come through the front door or they come to me. Anyone.
Right.
And the ring will be dropped right behind you. You just need to bring that to me.
Food.
Yeah, good.
He like
I don't want to know
cocks
what
his
that
head. Okay.
is. Okay. All right. So I'll leave him there. I'll go behind this door, sneaking. I have to roll the.
Yeah, roll a stealth check from here. You can hear the
Yeah.
twang, twang, twang.
Ooh, thank God that's not a 5.
As Matilda or someone seems to be inside working away on something.
Well, I was going to say the next thing I want to do is peer through, so I see no one else is in there.
You can hear someone in there, and you look. So you're like sneaking around. Like, how are you trying to stealth in this situation in the morning light?
Well, it looks there's a bunch of forest behind there. I'm a forest gnome. I'm literally just in the
It's like
forest.
bushes and bits and pieces. It's nothing.
Yeah, I'm tiny. I'm
extravagant.
literally in a bush.
Okay, and
I'm
so
in a bush.
you're going behind. So you're making your way behind the building. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, within 30
Okay.
feet.
Within 30 feet. Sure. Make a perception check for me as you're peering through a few of the windows. You can see Matilda's like sort of back, sort of smacking down on a small hammer. Not like big strikes or anything. It just seems like she's working on some kind of piece of metal, doing some kind of work.
Okay.
What
All right.
next?
All right. Well, now that I'm in position, Otto's in position, not gonna let me down. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion
Oh, okay.
and create over 10 minutes. I think it is, isn't it?
Don't think it's 10 minutes. I imagine
Maybe
it'd be
1 minute. Yeah, it's either 1 minute or 10.
Let me.
I think it's 1 minute.
Should be 1 minute because it's just a
Right,
cantrip.
over the 1 minute, then
It is, yeah.
it's going to start with weird noises that she didn't know what they are, going into scary growls, screams,
You can only.
whispers, but it says you can do a bunch. It says the sound continues unabated, or you
Yeah,
can
well,
make...
as in like it can be one thing. Like it's not that it like changes. From my understanding of it. You know what? Yeah, sure. We'll allow it to be. It'll be like fairly simple.
yeah, just not words.
So
Noises,
what-
basically?
Noises, but what kind of noises?
Screams, howls, horrible
Okay.
noises that you'd hear and your bones would chill.
There's like two windows with their shutters kind of propped open, in which you spotted her through. Big wooden shutters. And there's like a window up above as well, which is like circular in nature and seems to be just completely shut off. Where are you placing this within 30 feet? Because it's like a 5-foot cube that it originates
So-
from.
Pretty much the center of the shop, or wherever I can see. I don't think I have to see it, but just the center of the shop.
You do have to have line of sight. Just
Okay,
to be
then
able to place
wherever
something.
I'm seeing her back or whatever. There.
Yeah. Okay. So you cast it there, and it's making these sort of weird, like whispery noises and like shouts, and then screams that don't seem to correlate to any actual languages. And so, what is your spell DC? 14. Intelligence investigation check. Okay. You hear this? Huh? What's that? What's going on? What is this? And there's like a clatter of like cling, as a hammer hits the floor, and Matilda seemingly rushes outside the door to hear. Hello? What's going on? What are you doing in that moment?
The where, sorry, to like...
The front door, which is
Here.
here. Yeah, she's like there and looking back. Well, you can't tell. She's there.
It would presume it's been 50 seconds or whatever. The last 10 seconds is just going to be...
It's not.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's
right.
not yet. So we'll go turn and turn right now. So it was your turn. It was then her turn. She used the action to investigate the sound. Failed. Got scared, and she used her movement to move outside, and is looking back, concerned. But you don't know she's looking back from your angle.
Okay. So what do you... When you say turn, but like how many turns is this going to last? Like how many turns with the spell?
That spell would last 10
Welcome.
rounds.
Raiders.
Oh, hello. Thank you very much, Jorisar, for the raid. Welcome. We are currently in the middle of a, technically, the first heist, maybe, depending on what Mr. Fiddle decides to do. So welcome.
Or the
Thank
first
you very much.
failed anything, I think.
Yeah.
First death, maybe. First imprisonment, maybe.
So you, it's essentially this is going to be. It's like we're now in turn order. You went first, and then she went, and then it will be essentially Otto, and he's just using his turn to do something. And it is now back round to yours. What are you doing? You essentially have 6 seconds to do something here.
Oh, because it's 10 turns. How wide is this? So where was she? How I could put something here, maybe?
This is a doorway. She's there. You're around the back of the building.
I don't have line of sight on her.
You do not have line of sight. So if you think, here, let me get a drawing thing. So if we look at this from a top-down perspective, if we look down, I can't ping. If we go here, and if I go and say, just for simplicities, this is the building. Can you see that drawing?
Yeah, the green.
Cool. So, this is like the archway on it, and then this is the door. Otto is here. Over Otto, kind of. And then, actually, it would have been also here. There's that part of the building. You are currently here. There are currently some windows on this side, 2 different windows, and that's where you saw her through, and you cast the illusion here, and she's run out, and she's at the door at the moment where the arrow is pointing.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we went through this like maybe the first ever episode or something, but
that's fine.
But mine illusion, do I have to know? Because it says it can be your voice, someone else's voice, lines raw. Do I have to have heard that voice or that sound?
You use your imagination.
How well can I imagine her dad's voice?
You have no idea who her dad is.
Yeah, so not very well, I guess.
No, you could do a male voice, but like the odds are so improbable. Like it's just not.
I can make anyone's voice, no? Yeah, as long as I've heard, because I can do a lion's roar. I'm sure I can't.
Yeah, no, you can do a voice
if I heard them. What was the other lady's name?
And you can do a performance.
These guys are at.
That is Muriel.
Okay. All right. In this back room, I'm gonna scream as Muriel.
Okay, so you
and
cast.
Shout, help me.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to recast the spell to move it, and you move it with the.
Oh, should I cast this twice? Yeah. Oh, well, it's cantrip, so it doesn't matter. Like keeping up, but I'll do it now.
Yeah, and so it goes over there. And can you roll a performance check for me, please? Don't worry about that template. Just don't.
Yeah.
Just roll a performance check for me.
I had 2 good rolls. I'm gonna get 1. Yeah.
You hear this? Who's in there? Oh, actually, was there anything else you're going to do on your turn?
That would be an action, wouldn't it?
Yep.
The one that I just did.
You have movement.
I guess I'll move. I'm pretty hidden though. So is it like a window? Kind of. On.
So there's a window here. There's a window here. There's also an extra window on this part in which you then could see into that small room. It's very much like a small like office area, like workshop area.
Okay, I'm gonna go behind the window up there, so I can peek around and look in, but I'm not visible when I'm not looking.
Sure. We'll keep it with the 21 you've got, and you hear after your turn. Who is that? What's going on? And then you hear this. Ruff, 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 as Otto has seemingly spotted and heard an individual next to him. and
Yeah.
is doing what he was told and is barking at the sight of someone.
Okay, well, I'm going to ignore Otto, and because dogs bark, she'd probably like, it's a dog, whatever.
It's a
Got more
direwolf pup.
pressing. Yeah, well, got more pressing issues than a little direwolf pup barking right now, I think. So I'm gonna say again in the same place. It's Muriel, is that her name?
Yep.
Scream it, obviously. It's Muriel. Please come help.
Okay. I don't know who you are. You're not fooling me. I'm gonna go get help. I don't get this. And you hear the door slam and more barking from Otto and that growling sound. And she is just going, ah, Otto? And it is just then you don't know anymore.
What do you mean?
Like you currently have no extra information.
Okay.
He's ran off.
Is it still turn-based?
Yes, right now.
Okay, well, and she's gone this side.
Oh my god.
You can't see her. You can't hear her. You can hear Otto barking, and there was some growling.
Hmm.
What are you doing?
I'm in a bit of a pickle. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think we all are after this.
Well, she didn't know it's me, so I think at this point. I'm gonna-
Otto!
Yeah, what? It's Otto. Like, what? It's a dog fucking.
What?
telling her-
Wandering dial pup?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? They're gonna. Is that their evidence? We found your dog, so it's you.
Seems fairly reasonable, to be
I
honest.
don't think it is.
It's not a dog. It's a
Yeah.
direwolf.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, but that's the thing,
guys.
Like, right. Okay, I'm
We
moving
can
this.
discuss after.
Very much not a dog.
So you
I'm
are
going around,
moving around, and you are
legging it. Is what
Legging it.
I'm not trying to stay.
also, for everyone, if your movement hasn't already reset, make sure it's not got the bonus from the day before, which I think it has after I leveled you guys up. So you run, you get about here. Do you dash?
Um.
Where are you going?
Well, the plan is to wrap around outside of. I can't ping off the screen. Alright, so I'm wrapping
You
around
can, I can see.
as far lower as I can go. No,
Okay.
this is the end. Like as low
Cool.
as I
And
can
are
go,
you
and then I'm gonna
are you and then where are you gonna go from there? Sorry.
then I'm gonna loop around, U-turn, like, and make it act like I come back. I'm like, Otto, where have you been?
Okay. No one else is
Silly
around
bird.
here. Otto's stopped barking and he just looks up to you. Food?
Yeah, come on, let's go get some food.
You hear shouting in the not too far, like from the way you came, because the way you come from is from like the southern side of this. That's the way back
Yep.
into center of town. Where are you going?
What's to the left?
Just you can loop around
I mean,
through.
to be honest, I was hoping I'd
the
get back
buildings.
here and there'd be someone here to witness me finding Otto.
There isn't.
Okay, well then, can I run back off and come back when people are here?
You can if you want.
I think that's the best thing to do, because if Otto's just gone, they're gonna be like, what the hell?
Okay, so you run off.
Yeah, just down, out of sight, then come back up when they come.
So you run off down. Otto starts to follow you. Food? You got food?
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a ration over here and leg it.
He starts eating the ration on the floor.
Yeah, let me get rid of a rationing.
And you run off. Can you make another stealth check for me, please?
Here comes the one. Hey.
Okay.
I love Minima.
I feel like I just seen your dice.
How are you you just hiding in some bushes, or like how are you trying to seem
Well, what's behind this? I don't know what's behind.
So behind there is essentially another building. Just a small cottage. Say cottage, like small house, single level. There's a shed in the garden. There's no one you immediately see. There's some bushes as well. There's like the undergrowth in this stuff is fairly lush. Keep in mind, you are also like, what, 2.5 foot tall because you're a gnome.
Yeah. So they're coming from, say this is the east. Say the top is north.
Yeah, they're
coming from the east.
They'll be coming from this direction essentially.
Okay. I mean, I'm not necessarily sneaking anymore if I'm not in the immediate vicinity. If I'm like near that other building or a bit further into the village, I'm just walking around now, maybe shouting for Otto or something.
Okay, so you've looped around. Can you roll a deception check?
Are you trying to get me done?
Well,
Hey,
you're
not today.
pretending to stumble upon Otto, right?
Yeah.
That's the deception.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like 8 checks there.
So you wander around the side of the building, and there's like a path that leads up and connects with the main path through the town, which then leads towards Matilda's smithy here. And you start shouting for Otto, and you hear barking, and the barking's getting closer.
Do I see Matilda
and you see Matilda rushing back, and there's a couple of people with her who
I was
seemingly
gonna say,
have...
can I just cut you off? Sorry.
Go on.
But I was gonna say, if I see them, I'm gonna run up to them and be like, "Have you seen Otto? Have you seen my pup or whatever?"
Okay. You bump into them, and Matilda's like, Watch out, there's... Yes, he's outside my house, but seemingly someone's messing... Why was Otto outside my shop?
I don't know. He just disappeared. But thank you for letting
Quick,
me know.
you need help.
Do you
There's something going on at our
yeah,
my
I was
shop.
just about to offer my help. Do you need me to come look it out? Look at it.
It's some strange ghost or something in the place, or someone. I'm not sure what's going on. And she rushes off. And Otto comes galloping towards you. And you hear this: food.
It shouldn't have expired by now.
No.
Fucking hell.
It's 10 minutes. That's 100 rounds, essentially. You've probably got like a couple of minutes left on it. After trying to explain it and then walking over there and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, you make your way back over. Otto's absolutely demolished, eaten the paper or the fabric and stuff that the ration was included with as well. Luckily for you, there's no evidence left behind. He doesn't waste anything, apparently, which will do his the digestive system good. And Matilda rushes like up to the door. It's like, something in the back room. It sounded very weird, like a woman speaking, but also sounded like a man at some point, and there was like screaming and shouting. And these two large blokes sort of like, oh, we'll have a look. It's not a ghost, is it, though?
It could be.
Fiddle, you killed a bear. You should be able to take care of what's in there, surely?
I mean, I can perform a blessing for your shop.
Roll a deception check.
He's a fucking cleric now as well.
Oh shit!
Like, looks at you. Actually, fair's fair.
Well, I don't think that she's going to be like, "You're deceiving me," but she might.
She
be
like looks at you. Is like, I don't think your blessing's going to be any use here. But thanks. Maybe just send Otto in.
Yeah, no worries. Why do you want Otto in there?
I don't know. Maybe ghosts or whatever's in there scared of them.
I think they'd probably be more scared of me than Otto.
Either way, if you could help, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, I'll have a look. And then I just sneakily side-eye her hand to see if she's got the ring on.
Yes. You can see on her hand, she's currently twiddling around with in her hand. Obviously, a nervous tick seems to be for her to be checking her hand and fiddling with this very important heirloom to her family.
Yeah, make sure to add that in.
What the family
I
heirloom?
love
Family
that all
heirloom.
this is to steal a ring that we could have got last session.
Yeah,
With none of this
If I was
fucking
there,
work.
I fucking would have, man.
Well,
I even typed
Don't be
in the
ill.
chat at one point, right? I said Fiddle would take that ring. Hint,
It's
hint,
the
basically.
voice of
I didn't
Halden,
see that
the
chat.
voice of reason saying, "Come on, guys, we can't take this woman's fucking
Yeah.
ring. That's free."
yeah.
Sorry, where are we?
You have seen her
I'm
fiddling with
inside.
the ring, and you've stepped
Okay.
inside the door. There's currently now no sounds in here whatsoever, and you're
What
just
a
in this
surprise.
workshop.
It looks like they're scared of me, to be honest. They're not. Can you hear anything?
They've not gone in with you. You're in
Oh.
there alone.
What? I'll just shout her in then, and then ask that.
Okay. And then she like wanders in. It's like,
I'll be like, where? Can you point me out where you heard the thing?
she like just points at the back room, and then like in the center of the room, she's like, "I was in here."
Okay. I mean, I'll have a fake look around, like just move a bunch of boxes and stuff like that.
Okay. Roll another deception check for me.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm really deceptive.
Like, if you didn't want to help, you didn't have to come in. You don't need those boxes moving. I don't know what it was. I did hear something.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're lying, to be honest.
I'm not
That's my
lying.
gatekeep.
What would people say if they had an absolute psychopath screaming about screaming words and growls and stuff?
Get out of my shop.
Okay, I guess I'll just go tell everyone what I've just heard.
Okay. What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me, you just sound like a crazy person.
So just deadpan stares at you and just pointing out the door. Keep your mutt away.
Hey, not a mutt. The purebred. Alright, I'll be back. I don't say that, by the way, FYI. Just putting that out there.
I'll be back. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say, alright, have a good day. And then I'm off.
You leave, getting dirty looks from both the men who heard the whole thing.
Hang on, you said no one was inside.
Yeah, they weren't, but the door's open. And she walked in, and they were half, like, in the doorway.
So they couldn't hear me say anything until it was something bad.
Well, you hadn't specified, like, who you were speaking to and stuff, so I said, like, they weren't in
Alright,
there.
I'm getting dirty look. Who are they anyway? Gods? Or militia?
They're just seemingly people from the village who have picked up bits and pieces to just rush over here to help. Like, they're concerned citizens.
Realistically, are they going to be giving me dirty looks? Because she does seem kind of psycho, no?
They don't know you from fucking anyone. You're a stranger in here, and the last strangers they had to deal with caused them undue stress and breaking their rituals, so...
Yeah, fair enough. That's understandable.
Yeah.
That's lies and propaganda.
Lies and propaganda. So
I think I should have brought Malachi with me.
Someone definitely would have ended up dead. You walk out, you leave with Otto, who for like a couple more seconds, like, food, and like slight sort of like lower growling at you, which you now seem to understand means food. And you can walk away. None the richer, none the successor at that front, but it was a fun first attempt at a heist, if you want to call it that.
I don't know if that was better or worse than Malachi trying to kill a band and knocking everyone over.
Well, I didn't kill anyone, and I get out scot-free.
Well, neither did Malachi, but...
Man, alright.
I didn't try to kill the band. I tried to de-escalate that situation, I'll have you know.
Oh, okay.
None of that false news here, sir.
Interesting take. It's definitely one take you can have on it.
Well, I'm... Actually, we'll do it after session.
But with that, an interesting end, and I'm glad we got to have a little bit of a focus on Fiddle's aspirations there. In part, he wants that fucking ring, and no no goddamn blacksmith is going to get in the way of that. So we'll have to see what happens next time, if he'll get that ring or not, and we'll come back to see what Muriel has to say and what kind of necklaces everyone gets, because we didn't get to the part where everyone got their rewards. So we'll start up next session back with that. So let me just switch up the odd stream overview here, and we'll switch back to cameras only. Wonderful. And we're going to be finishing thereabouts on time. But, wonderful. How's everyone doing? You happy with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That session?
Fantastic.
Not gonna lie, I spent the last hour drinking some.
Honestly, respect
I
it.
was
I
listening
thought,
and drinking. I had a good time.
yeah,
Shit, I just unplugged my
your camera.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's just nice to.
I was
not
gonna
have to
plug my
worry
GameCube
about
in, and then I've just unplugged my webcam. So.
your role.
I gave up on the wine
Back.
bottle and just hopped on
Oh god, I've been muted.
I made a cocktail instead.
All right, what cocktails do you make?
Just nice to sit
Negroni.
back.
Which is why
Let other people make the
you see
mistake.
me going like "Ugh," every time I drink it because it's incredibly bitter.
Yeah, I am not a fan of Negroni. Although,
I like it.
like, a good Negroni is alright, but unfortunately, the first sort of real Negroni I had was when I was in Italy last year in Verona, and I was outside this amphitheater, absolutely gorgeous, boiling hot. Oh, damn, the cameras are really messed up. There we go. Let me fix that. Kind of. Taylor's one's slightly messed up. Whatever, who cares? And the person who made it, they were behind the bar, which was literally just a alcoholic bar, and so I asked for a Negroni. They made it. Eventually, it took them like half an hour, which is like okay.
Crazy to make.
Terrible. And about 10 minutes later, I was like nursing this drink, like I don't want to drink this. And
It's
this,
made in 1919 for Count Camilla Negroni.
and this
Anyone get that reference? No.
no, this gentleman
Not
walks
a
up to me and is just like, sorry about this, and like hands me and like he doesn't hand me, sorry, he takes the Negroni. He's like, you can't drink any more of this. It was made by one of the staff. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She should not be behind there. She's not. Doesn't know how to make cocktails. Very Italian in the way he was coming across. I loved it, and he was like, I'll make you another one. I was like, no, I'm good. And then Payne left. Stop turning off your camera, Fiddle.
Hang on.
It's the Uncharted movie.
Uh,
Tom Holland's finding a mark, and the lady says she wants a Negroni, and he just starts making up some bullshit behind the bar.
Love it. All right, we love a good cocktail. I was drinking
good.
some rum and Pepsi mango or whatever. Initially, I was drinking a Fanta mystery drink, which was apparently called raspberry cheesecake or something, which is very
Oh, it's
fucking weird.
Horrible.
Yeah,
I
not very
love
good.
Horrible.
I love how from that random Italian bartender's perspective is that Negroni was so bad that you didn't even want to remake, that you just completely checked out. That's how terrible it was.
I will never drink a Negroni again. Thank you, though, sir.
I probably won't. It's not really my kind of drink anyway.
They're a very weird taste.
Sour stuff is just not my thing. It's just not.
You're not a whiskey drinker, Tom.
No, like whiskey, yes, but like Negroni itself was just like the
Negroni's
sour,
different whiskey.
the sourness of it isn't my
This was
thing.
today's
Because-
beverage of choice.
Is that just normal Jack?
It's single barrel select. So
I've got a Mishi.
So it's slightly nicer Jack.
slightly nicer Jack.
Slightly nicer Jack, but it's still Jack.
It's expensive Jack.
I went from I got a bottle of Gentleman Jack and a bottle of 12-year Glenfiddich at Christmas,
Oh.
and going from the Gentleman Jack to the Glenfiddich was just like, it's like night and day. And I think Gentleman Jack is a really nice, like, sour mash, like a nice bourbon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Single malt, like a good single malt for me, is just destroys it in terms of like flavor.
I've got the traditional Campari and then a Mancino vermouth.
Nice.
But I've got I've had this bottle for like 4 years. It's Blue Bottle Gin from Guernsey.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, but I got
pretty cool.
2,003 points for betting.
Yep, so I've just-
I went no. fuck
I
no.
I've
as well.
just
Yeah.
paid it out. So if you voted for yes, you got some points.
Yeah.
If not,
Yeah.
suck it, I guess.
When's the last time you
Doubters are gonna hate. Always vote. for yes.
that,
We get the nat 20s.
Was that song by Taylor Swift? Haters Gonna
So,
Hate.
Yeah.
so
A hater's
I can-
gonna hate.
It's gonna
I can Quadrimagic Surge now, right, Tom? Right?
What do you mean?
That was
With
also
my
something
points?
No, you
that
can't.
I meant to ask Tom was I used my not my wild surge, my Tides of Chaos, and I don't think that you made me roll to get it back.
When
time.
did you use it?
I used it in the
Last session I did. That's what caused the
did we do it already?
Yeah. I did it
Okay.
immediately
Cool,
because
cool, cool.
you rolled to see if you caused like a surge. You didn't, so I
It was
got you
in
to
the
roll.
River Fiend
Yeah.
fight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought so. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if I'd actually done the roll to reset it because I just reset it on the long rest. So.
Yeah, no, I will definitely stay on top of that. But good shout. Because I want to see what the fuck comes out and what happens because there's so much fucking fun shit. There was
Yeah, like 6 months of being sober.
yeah, you should also now chain. I think that. Let me have a look in the actual Foundry.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have ever seen that either,
Yeah.
Taylor. I rolled on the wrong magic surge table, completely by chance. Rolled on the wrong surge table and ended up rolling that I can't get drunk for like 17 days.
6 months.
It was 16 days, and it's now
Yeah, it's more than that.
it's now
Yeah,
15,
no, that was in-game days.
15 days. No. Wait. So forced sobriety. So you're going to have an effect now on your thing for forced sobriety. And I will. Ooh, I need to put the length on it. 15
I'll double
days.
see if I can find where it was. It
So
might have
it's
been
it's no, it was 16 days, and you
That was
guys have had a long rest now, so it's now down to 15. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Out of character, we can monetize the shit out of that in drinking competitions.
Yeah,
Yeah, once you guys
Just saying.
realize,
that's the one upside. But Theo
Can
doesn't
you
even know
beat
yet.
Theo
That's
in a
the
drinking
most fun
competition?
bit. Theo doesn't even know.
yeah,
The funniest part is though that Theo would have the absolute fucking just brainless confidence to be like, I can win a drinking competition anyway.
just by the end of it, it's like I should be drunk by now. What the fuck? Why am I not drunk? But yeah, okay,
They
cool.
must water down their booze.
All right, so let's wrap up on this front. So obviously, you guys managed to hand in the quests. You haven't quite gotten to the reward part yet. You also found, some loot. It was a little bit sporadic here or there. Hal managed to get a talon, a claw from the alpha, as it were. River Fiend, although you don't know they're called River Fiends technically. And you also managed to get the sack. Which one was it?
Coins and the.
It was the
hip flask.
corrosive gland. You got the hip flask, yeah, and used the supreme potion of healing, which was painful to see. Although there was a chance that it was going to be something else.
See, that was one of those moments, right, where the knob-headish players are like, well, it's what my character would do. But in that moment, I was like, well, that is what Theo would do. So
yeah,
I feel like
no, it made
it's
absolute
disingenuous
sense.
of me not to drink it.
It's hilarious because I mean it happened almost twice. Like it happened almost in a tavern, and like it wasn't drunk, and then yeah, it was just it was great. I love it. I love that stuff. And then you guys had an interaction in the tavern. Had a look at the magical coin. Not magical coins, but coins that gave off the divination or whatever it was, and then also had a look at the pebbles. Gave away the emerald, which I think was really cool, really good from Malachi's side. It's interesting to see on that front, trying to make repairs where his family or people failed to. He's obviously definitely now okay with and knows that the village is definitely in the right from that action. So,
Fortunately for him, I didn't see it.
and then you guys spoke to Marielle, questioned her distrustingly. And you had some tea, had the supreme potion moment. Didn't quite get the rewards though, so that's gonna be interesting. Honestly, it's gonna be a really interesting start next session. We've got Fiddle having to come back off from that situation of essentially trying to gaslight this poor woman that she's crazy, which is a questionable
And it's not even the first time. That's the funniest part. It's the
All this
second
time I was like,
Hug
Malachi's
Group
the
of
dodgy one.
gaslighting this woman.
You tricked her into believing the pelt was magical, even though you then sold it obviously at like its normal price.
Yeah.
You used trickery and magic to do so, and then this whole different situation with Fiddle, which none of you have any idea about or any context.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when going forward in RP, and then yeah, we have to see what happens going forward with Miriel and that whole situation. But for now, we'll leave it there. This has taken on a little bit longer than I was expected, but I love it. Good sort of debrief sort of situation here. But oh, clicked on the wrong one. That is going to be it from us though, because I want to make sure that everyone has time to nap, go to sleep, you know, drink, do what you want. And so we're going to have an outro of 10 minutes, we'll say. Not 1 minute, Tom. I hate this new system I'm using. There you go. All right, cool. Thank you very much for watching. This is going to be up on YouTube either tomorrow or sometime next week. I should be tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. Either way, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to track us a follow on all socials and also join us on Discord. And we'll see you guys very soon. As you hear
comment,
that
subscribe.
pop of
Comment,
the alcoholic.
subscribe,
That's a good sound, huh?
join
Like,
our
comment,
channel
and
on
subscribe.
YouTube, be a member, and
Don't forget to hit the bell for your notifications, and have a nice day.
Tell you what, I'll track off the video of the Patreon thing. See you guys in a bit. Bye.